And we are live.
Yay.
Here we are
Hello.
again.
Hello.
Here we are
Hello.
again. Friday night in the Great Displace. Alrighty. Let's see here. Do we have any new news? Hopefully everybody at Krypton Games is watching. That would be awesome. It'd be fantastic. Shout out to Tommy and the crew over at Krypton Games. And let's see if there's anything else. I don't think so. Does not appear so. See here. Well, let's see. Who narrated last week? Who narrated last week?
did.
I think it was
It was
Bid.
Joe.
I think it was me.
Okay.
I know I
was.
have an inspiration dice, but I think that was last week.
Okay.
I think all of us have done it.
I
at
think
least
everybody's
once by
done
now.
it except Chris. So it's Chris's turn. What happened, Chris? Tell us. You're going to narrate this week. What happened last episode?
First off, we all cried like bitches.
This is
I
true.
did.
Including the
had a
DM.
very, we had a very
Guilty.
sad moment.
Guilty.
We buried Sydney, and we came back to town. And everybody got shit faced except for Aaron, who went out and trolloped around the town planting flowers. And then
What
Mist
kind of
woke
flowers
up.
were they?
Flowers.
Okay,
Flowers.
that's good enough. I just wanted to see if you knew.
I mean, they're either like daisies or roses. It's one of the two.
Those roses.
Good job.
And so then they went to Hugo, got Dane in the back of the cart. They had a nice little covered cart. Started making their way through town. Not making their way through downtown, but they were making their way through town nonetheless. They were then greeted by the fine folks of Broomshire, and they were given their name. The mighty Vocal Creed.
Parkour Creed.
Mist was an emo bastard the entire session and stared down Dane and had conversations with everybody in the party. It was a fun time by all, and by fun time I mean it was fucking horrible. So if Mist doesn't talk this session, know why.
It's all good.
So there was that. People talked. They set up camp somewhere, but before they reached camp, Mercer was greeted by two very non-stoned out of their mind guys.
Oh, yes, he was.
Who had a dream about him because he's a sexy beast. And because he was able to answer a riddle, he got a nice little ring, and we got a chunk of money taken off of all of our potions bought. Eventually, we set up camp. There was more talking to be had, and by talking, I mean Mist being an emo bitch. Then there was people falling asleep, and Carrick was graced by his patron, his god, whoever. We're just gonna call him his magic daddy.
His magic daddy. Visited him in his sleep.
And then, in a twist, Mist was visited by Lara.
His magic mama.
Yes. And he woke up with a new special ability because he's special. And that's where we ended everything.
This is correct. Do you have a point of inspiration?
I do not.
Well, you have one now.
Woohoo!
Very good. Very good narrating. Very good.
That was
very detailed. Very good synopsis. If I could give you two, I would give you two. That was very good.
Well, give me one now and one later.
No, it doesn't work that way, bud. What's up? What's up there, Aaron? You're gonna say something?
Next time, because Carrick had the opportunity to narrate and he did not do super well. So now that he's heard really good narrations, he should try it next week.
Ooh.
That's a challenge.
Do I hear a second on that nomination?
Definitely.
Aye.
Oh. Any opposed?
Eh?
Hey.
You don't get a vote.
Sorry, buddy. That means you got to know your stuff.
What a
Alright.
good
All righty.
I'll charge you for my notes.
I'll charge you for my notes.
I'll bring it right back to
Right.
college.
As you can see, we're not very serious. We are, but we're not. We take this game. It's fun. We have fun with it. Who cares? Rules be damned. We have fun. Anyways, alrighty. So, ending where essentially Mist, very good narration. Mist was sleeping in a tree, taking his rest. Aaron, finishing her 4-hour meditative rest, was sitting next to the campfire, alone with her thoughts. The let's see, Carrick, if I remember correctly. Yes,
I have
Carrick
a
and
quick
Mercer.
question.
Yes, go ahead.
I wrote down Sybil's speaker and Ken Lee, and then irritable in
So,
I forget where that
um,
came from.
that is from me asking Hugo about the magic shop in the capital.
Okay.
There you go.
Sybil's speaker is the magic shop, Mr. Kinley, the owner, and then, but he's irritable. The is nicer to talk to.
Who is?
If Mercer kind of goes out, just letting everybody know he's on vacation, so I don't know about his internet situation, so he might be in and out. But we'll see how it goes. But if I remember correctly, Carrick and Mercer ended up sleeping in the one tent, and then the one tent was also left empty because Biz decided she didn't want to leave Aaron by herself, so to speak, so she went to sleep in the back of the cart.
Yes, that's right.
And ex-Lord Tornellus and Hugo Tremblefoot were in another tent. And Aaron, Mist just started to wake up. Again, in a very tall tree, about 20 feet in the air or so, and he was just starting to wake when he started to meditate, and in his meditation saw himself burst into a cloud of smoke. So you didn't actually physically do it, so you have the ability to do it still. You were imagining it in your head, essentially. If I didn't make that clear enough, I'm just clearing that up.
Okay, no problem.
Aaron rolled a very nice perception check. If I remember, it was like a 22 or a 23.
Something like that.
Yep. And then towards the end, when the sun was just starting to come up, she didn't see or hear anything before, but with that very nice perception check, towards the end of your watch, you hear nothing except the crackling of the fire.
No birds
There's
in the
no
morning.
birds. There's a slight breeze, rustling some leaves on the trees and the bushes around you. But that's it. The crackling of the fire is your only companion as of right now. Everyone else is asleep. It was only but a few moments ago you could hear the crickets and the frogs and the other night creatures making rustles. Nothing now. What do you wish to do? As it has abruptly ended. Everything fell silent within a second.
Everything?
Everything, with the exception of the campfire.
And I don't see anything around me.
Your perception check was very high. You start to see from the direction of the road, which you are facing, movement. From across the road, something big is starting to approach very slowly. Something very large.
Okay, hold on. I need to pull up my character sheet. Can I speak to animals?
Can you?
Yes.
I think it's a level 1.
You start to hear another one coming from your immediate left.
Who's closest to me?
and your immediate right. And also,
Who's closest?
who's closest to you would technically be
Yes.
Carrick and Mercer in the tents on your,
Okay.
we'll say 9 o'clock. Maybe even 8 o'clock. We'll say on your 8 o'clock if you're facing the campfire in the road. On your 8 o'clock
And
is Carrick
then
and
I'm
Mercer in the
surrounded?
tent. You were
Where's
starting to
the-
feel surrounded.
Did we park the cart
The
by
cart?
the road in
The-
front of the fire?
The cart is approximately 20 feet in front of you with Biz in the back.
Am I close to the road?
You are approximately, the cart, you guys parked the cart approximately 40-ish feet from the road.
Okay.
But you hear
Oh,
these sounds coming from 4 directions now. Your 9 o'clock, your 3 o'clock, your 12 o'clock, and your 10 o'clock. You have, but you think, I'm telling you all this because you rolled a very high perception check. You think
Okay.
you have about 10 seconds before they're upon you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna scream as loud as I can. Everybody, wake up! There's something in the camp.
So you scream that as loud as you can.
As loud as I can.
Okay. Luckily, it was the end of the shift. Everybody was just starting to wake up anyways as the temperature has slowly started to change and everybody's starting to sense that warmth upon their skin, their bodies, and everything. So everybody is just starting to wake.
And Biz was kind of not wanting to leave Aaron, so
But
she
you
was
were
kind of
asleep, but everybody's starting
Yeah.
to wake up. If everybody could please roll initiative.
Yes.
And please check chat for the link to the map.
Oh no.
So when I roll initiative, is it what I roll plus my proficiency bonus? Or just
And
my straight?
It's just Dex.
Okay.
Only Dex mod.
Okay.
Aaron, you witness as 4 giant spiders start to approach from all sides.
Ah,
And as you scream that, they instantly stopped. As you've now awoken your party. At least you hope.
mm,
So hopefully, most likely, there won't be a surprise round.
oh God, I hope not. I hate spiders.
Because you rolled such a high perception, you probably saved everybody from being attacked while they were sleeping. While they slept.
That's good.
That is good. Now, before we get started, I need initiative rolls. Let's go down the line. Mercer, what'd you get?
21.
Ooh, look at you.
Ooh.
Carrick,
Got a 19.
Big old fat 5.
big old fat 5 for Carrick. Aaron,
18.
18. Very good. Missed. Missed.
16.
16. Very good. Biz.
16.
Dang. Everybody except Carrick. All right. I gotta roll me some initiative.
He
as
was
well.
sleeping very hard. He had a weird
Y'all
dream.
got lucky. Y'all love that die so much.
Mhm. That big one? Is it that big one?
It's our
Carrick.
sponsor.
Carrick, what is your Dex mod? That would be a +3 for you, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So you rolled a 2?
Okay.
Yes,
So,
I did. Roll a 2.
make sure we get this in order. Top of the round would be Mercer, then Aaron, then Mist has a higher Dex, so we're going Mist first, then Biz, and then Carrick bringing up the rear.
The caboose.
Good deal. Alrighty, before we do that, let us,
Dun 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 dun.
let's get this going.
Are you adding our music for us, Biz?
I'm so excited. Ooh, this is different.
It is.
Oh, this is very
Mercer,
good.
you wake up to the sound of Aaron screaming. The only actions I will allow you to do is get out of the tent this round. That's it. So you will not be surprised.
Or do I get out of the tent?
You can step out of the tent. That is your only actions you are allowed since you were you had like 6 seconds. So you were allowed to step outside of your tent.
Okay.
Okay. Aaron, you're up.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna move. There.
Alrighty. And need to roll one more time. Okay. Good deal.
Okay, and I'm going to. Okay, 30. I would like to cast Produce Flame if that spider closest to Mist and Biz is far enough away from me, or is close enough to me.
Sorry, I was setting up the stream cam. Now this stream can see exactly what's going on.
Ah,
There we go. Okay. Good deal. So which spider are you trying to produce flame at?
the one at the bottom.
Okay.
The one closest to Mist and Biz.
Alrighty. So go ahead and cast your spell. See how this goes.
Okay, so for refresh me, an attack roll is what I roll plus what?
It's your D20.
Plus
I know we're on
my spell attack bonus?
There you go.
Okay, so that would be a 20.
Very good. Okay. Well, you hit, so you can roll some damage.
Okay, hold on, wait. I didn't read it. Look, Aaron, it doesn't have a problem with spiders, but I have a huge problem with spiders. Okay, 1d8 fire damage.
Yep.
That would be 3.
Plus your proficiency, right?
Nope.
Or nope, there's
Yeah,
no
roll
bonuses
damage.
on that.
No.
I'll just
are
double
weird.
checking something. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
1d8 fire damage is what you do. So what did you roll? I'm sorry.
A 3.
3. You do 3 fire damage. Okay. So, Aaron sees these spiders. Is like, oh god! Everybody wake up! Produces flame, runs over, and hurls its tiny little mini fireball to her right, and hits the giant spider as it starts to scream out in pain. And that will end your turn. You're not moving anymore. You're done.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Aaron is done. Mist, you're up. Mist, you hear Aaron scream. I will allow you to jump out of the tree because you cannot. If you were to stand where you're standing, you can't see a damn thing with all the branches in the way. So your turn, you are allowed to hop down out of the tree as you're now being awoken, and that will end your turn. But no surprise attack on you, so that's good. So which direction do you want to? Where do you want to hop out the tree at?
So, like, even being as high up as I am in a tree, I can't see anything?
You probably would have seen this giant spider start to come down, or you see you'd probably see that one giant spider. That's about it.
The one that's,
Just 'cause
like,
of the
to
foliage.
the one that's to my 7 o'clock?
Correct. You would see that
Oh.
one.
Then if I see him,
You're gonna stay in the
taking
tree?
out yeah, I'll take out the bow and then I'll fire a shot.
Okay. No attacks this round from you.
Oh,
You
fuck
woke up.
me.
That's what I'm saying. Aaron's the only one that gets
Okay.
to attack this turn. Everybody can kind of get set up. You only had 6 seconds. It took you 3 seconds to probably shake your head like, what the heck's going on? Stand up, notch your arrow as you see it, and that's your turn.
All right, then if I can't attack this turn, then I will just go ahead and come down and
Okay. And land there. Sounds good.
yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Biz, again, same kind of deal. You wake up hearing this loud scream. You grab your sword, get it at the ready. What's going on?
Yep, and
hop out the cart and flame on.
Yep, flame on.
I figured. Okay, so move your marker to where you would like to hop out the cart at.
Okay,
assume
is there a
probably-
specific opening, or can I?
You can hop. Yeah, you have to hop out the back, or you can hop out the
This
front,
way?
essentially, if you really needed to. But you can hop out the back right there. Okay, so you land next to Mist. Okay, good deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Carrick, same deal. You're allowed to step outside the tent as you heard these screams, and now
Alright.
you're at the ready, so you cannot be surprise attacked.
I'm gonna kind of slowly come out of the tent, going, "What's going on?"
Very nice. All right, move yourself where you'd like to be, stepping out of the tent.
Right there.
I'd say okay. I'll allow that. That sounds good. Okay, so you step out of there and you see the giant spider to your left. Good deal. It's the spider's turn. Alrighty, we're just gonna go. We're gonna go around the clock, starting south. We're gonna go. Do we want to start there? Yeah, I think we want to start there. I think we want to start there. So, as Aaron throws this mini fire at the giant spider, it now has its fangs locked onto you as it starts to approach you, Aaron. I get to use different dice now because we're in combat, suckers.
Oh no! I love
That D20 is not being used outside of combat. I'm all for it. In combat, different dice.
Ugh.
Because y'all love that D20 too much. It goes into your favor way too often. Kind of like that.
Because it's the best.
Ain't that about a B? Jesus. Don't think it's gonna hit you. It does a. It tries to bite you. Does a 14 hit? I don't think it does.
Yes.
I think your AC. No, your AC is higher than a 14 if I remember correctly.
Is it a quick? I think it might be a.
Fifth?
Might. It's 15. Okay, it's 15. So it just misses me.
Just misses you. So this spider comes up to you, all 8 legs, just fangs just watering up in your face, goes to try and bite at you. And you dodge out of the way, very nimbly, dodge out of the way. And, let's see here. Next. Yep, we're gonna keep going around the clock. We'll go Carrick. Same situation. This one's going to now come at you. Is it? Alrighty. Oh, shout out. Krypton Games is watching, everybody. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. So. Same dealio. Coming straight at you, Carrick.
Bring it.
I can't. It's just natural 2. I'm just telling you right now. I know that's not going to hit, okay? Come on, dice. First round. Okay.
I
First
like
round.
those guys too.
No, first round. No.
yeah,
no.
put those in the good pile.
No. This is about to go in dice jail, okay? I'm about to start bringing out some new ones.
Dang
So,
it.
once again, Carrick, just kind of like wandering out of there. What's
Still
going
half
on out
asleep.
here? He sees over here, there's fangs coming, and still kind of, maybe you might have a little bit of a hangover? Because you were probably still nipping on the drink just a little bit. Just didn't quite give
Maybe.
Hugo back his flask, and still kind of maybe drunkenly. What's going on? And you go down, and it's like, being your pirate self, you lean back to take another nip as fangs come in front of your face, and they miss you. Now you see the spider. Oh, shit, that almost got me. So, going around the table. The spider sees an easy meal and goes for the horses.
Oh no.
Let's see. That are tied to a tree. Natural 4! Natural 4! Even though they're tied to a tree, the spider still misses. Jesus Christ.
I was loving on them before.
Oh my
They
God.
just-
It had to
They're
have been
just
Biz.
super lucky.
Okay,
Yeah.
look. If I roll another low dice, I'm grabbing another one. Jesus.
Dude, I love those guys.
No. Not cool, man. Not cool. All right, big spider coming up. I think going to stop right there. We're going to try something a little bit different rather than just full-on attacking. Let me see here. Let's go with... Come on. I finally get a hit. I finally get a hit. I finally. Does a 20 hit you, Mist? Does a 20? Not a natural 20. Not a natural 20. Dirty 20. Okay. Mist.
Yeah, of course.
Of course it does. Oh, Jesus Christ. I need you to make a strength check for me, please.
Check or saving throw?
Saving throw. Sorry. Thank you.
Welcome.
19.
Okay, hold on to that one. So, you see, as this did hit you, Mist is now being surrounded in webs as the spider turns around and instantly starts engulfing you in webs. So, good deal. Good deal. Okay. So right now, Mist is in webs. Hold on to that strength check. Now, what's going on out there, Miss Erin? As you hear Hugo yelling from the tent.
Spiders!
Oh, dearie me! As he there we go, steps out of the tent. And same rules for you guys. He does not get to act this turn. He just runs out of the tent. Okay. But he is now engaged in combat with you guys, though, so that's one extra person to help you guys out.
Praise.
All right, back at the top. Mercer, you're up. Aaron, you're on deck.
Okay, so do I see the spider attacking the horses?
I'd say you can see that. That's kind of easy to see. Just out of the corner of your eye, you can kind of see something big, and you hear the horses whinnying and neighing very, very loudly.
Okay, yeah. So seeing
They cannot
knowing-
move very far. They are both strapped to the same tree.
Yeah, seeing
Or not
that,
strapped,
knowing
top.
that they can't help each other or get away, I'm gonna kind of step over here and fire a chronomatic orb at them.
Chromatic
Or at
orb.
not the horses, at the spider.
I figured. I knew it.
Good clarification.
Yeah, very good.
It's important.
Got those horses, guys. Don't worry.
Right. I'm going to take out the horses. Let me see how this goes. All right, good
That
deal.
was a 26 hit.
Wow. Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, I'm hoping so, because it'd be really scary if it doesn't.
Okay.
Is that
So-
two 19s in a row?
Whew.
That is two 19s in a row.
Jesus.
Damn.
All right, so what?
Then I got 10 fire damage.
10 fire damage. Okay, let's see here. So, as you launch, I'm gonna write this down real quick. Make sure I get the right. Good deal. Okay, so. Perfect. Okay, so you decided to go with fire for your chromatic orb?
Yes.
Good deal.
Oh god, am I gonna light the forest on fire?
I don't know. So, you launch this orb and just barely missing the tent, as you could just barely see this outside of the spider, and you launch it, and you just hear this like loud screech, just as the spider is now partially on fire. One of his legs, he's trying to kick it out, essentially. So you've now distracted it from wanting to probably attack those horses. Okay. Are you ending your turn there?
Yeah, I'll end my turn then.
Okay. Aaron, you're up. Mist on deck.
Okay, I'm going to move back. To right there. And I'm going to cast...
Does a
Chill Touch
16
at-
hit you?
Ooh.
Yes, I forgot about the attack. Yes, it does.
Alrighty, good deal. So, attack of opportunity on you. The giant spider now. Alrighty. Let's see how this goes. The fangs sink in as you turn to run away, digs into your left shoulder blade. And let's see here. Grab the correct die, normally helps. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. That is 12 piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm sorry?
22?
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Okay, so, well, I wouldn't say fine, but... let's see here. Okay, so you feel this poison start to course into your veins, and you feel you shrug off probably most of the damage. Take 3 points of poison damage on top.
Okay.
Good deal. Now you can continue your turn.
Okay, I would like to cast Chill Touch at Mean Spider attacking my horses.
Okay, good deal. Get your chili on. Chill touch.
Okie dokie. 12?
You're asking, does a 12 hit?
Yes, does a 12 hit?
As you cast the spell, it goes wide and hits a tree next to it,
Okay.
unfortunately.
All right. Well, I'm just going to keep my happy little self right there.
All right, keep
So
your happy little
narrowed
self
it
right
down.
there.
There hits in between a 12 and a 26.
And
A narrow margin.
Mist, you are up. Biz, you are on deck. So, Mist, with that 19 strength check, you and burst out of the webs. And if I remember correctly, that's your action. Yep, that is your action to do that. So, but you are now free from the web, so you can move and you still have your bonus action.
And I didn't take any damage, right? I just got.
Nope, you haven't
webbed.
taken any damage. You're up to snuff, man. You're full HP. You're good. There was no damage from that web.
If I read the map right, am I in opportunity distance of either of them?
You don't know. It's up to you. If you decide to move, it could happen, it could not happen. Make your best guess.
I'll just have my fucking bow out. I'm gonna stand my ground.
All right, which one are we going for?
The one that would be, I guess, on the map, it would be the one in front of me.
Yeah, the one on the right.
Yeah.
Go for it. That's the one that slung its web at you. It got its ooey gooey all over you, dude.
Do I get my attack? No.
No, you used your action. I thought you were gonna use your action surge to do it.
Nah, I'll wait.
Okay. Well then you're gonna
Because if I haven't, I'm just
you're
going to
gonna
have
just
a bow
stay
ready.
there then?
And,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay my ground.
All right.
Because I don't
sounds
want
good.
to potentially take attack of opportunity.
Biz, you're good. Carrick, you're Biz, you're up. Carrick, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm going to attack the spider that's in front of me, which is a
Swinging the big sword.
12.
12 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That
Out of the
unfortunately,
5.
that does not hit. Wow, these 12s. So you take the swing and the spider sees it coming and lifts its leg up, and you do not hit it, unfortunately. Alrighty then. You standing your ground where you're at then?
Yeah, and then kind of as a bonus action, I'm just going to yell to Hugo, keep an eye on Tornellis. We've got the spiders for now.
He's restrained. He's fine.
Just keep your eye out.
Carrick, you are up, sir.
All right, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the one in front of me.
Go for it, buddy. That's a disadvantage since he's within 5 feet of you. Using a ranged spell. A disadvantage. If I remember correctly. If not, oh well, that's how we're doing it. How we looking?
That would be an 11.
11. Wow. I thought I was rolling
We're
low.
killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need you, Hugo. We're fine.
Okay then. So
Swift.
you
You're
launch the
great.
Eldritch Blast, and again, Spider just kind of nimbly dodges out of the way, and Eldritch Blast hits a tree behind it, unfortunately.
I'll just say, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah. All right. It is the spider's turn. Okay. So we'll go in that same order. Since Aaron ran away, Biz took a swing at it. It's going to try and take a swing at Biz. See what happens here. That would be... Jesus Christ. 11? I know that doesn't hit you.
Nope.
Everybody's rolling low. Terrible. This is going to be a long fight. Ain't nobody doing
Yeah,
squat.
30 minutes of combat later.
Right, nothing's happening.
All
Okay.
spells used.
So that was a natural 6. Jesus. Okay, so
You plan a small encounter and it takes 2 hours.
Yeah,
and we
no
can't
joke.
get anything.
you see the spider coming, and you like block the fangs with the sword, and burns your hand slightly, but you're okay. Moving on to Carrick, same deal. Natural 1.
Oh my god.
Bites its own leg.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it goes for a bite, and yeah, it almost bites its own leg and doesn't know
Stubs
why
its toe.
why the heck it would do that. Okay, the one that was going after the horses now, still,
He's real mad.
it is really mad, but seeing the easy meal, it still wants to attack these horses. Now it rolls well. Okay, that's definitely going to hit. We'll just say the horse on the right. It's definitely going to hit the horse. Let's see where this goes. Low number. Who said low numbers? Okay.
1 damage.
Okay. I gotta make a Constitution saving throw on the horse. Now it rolls high. My game hates me. Okay, so you guys can hear this horse just whinnying and neighing as this spider sinks its fangs into the side of its neck. And it's still alive and kicking, though, as, you know what? I'll come back to that. Alive and kicking, literally. Doesn't look good, but it's still alive. This spider will move into melee with Mist now that it broke free of its web. Oh, I'm rolling good against Mist. Does a 23 hit? I think so.
Oh, I wonder.
That was a natural, yeah, that was really high. I don't want to say it was really high. All right then. Let's do this thing. That would be...
Bring it.
Okay, you take 7... Yes, 7 piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
$18.
Okay. You feel the pain, obviously, it hurts immensely as it bites you in your right shoulder. And the poison starts to course through your veins, and you shrug off some of its... And you burst that off, and you take 4 poison damage. You only take half. And I'm going to let that horse see if he can kick the spider in retaliation, since that one technically would be close enough.
Good.
Hey, natural 20!
Hey!
On a kick. Let's see where this goes. What sounds good? I don't know how much horse damage is. We're just gonna go with this. Did shit on the damage though, but hey, we're gonna call that 3. 3 bludgeoning damage against the spider up top. It kicks it in one of its legs, and you see one of the legs kind of like almost like snap. Luckily, it doesn't have really bones. Exoskeleton kind of holds together just a bit, and that would be there. It's a good deal. Alrighty. Now, it's Hugo's turn. Hugo, seeing all of this that's going on, looks around, looks left, looks right. He will now... You see as he picks up... Yeah, there we go. You see as he picks up a rock about the size of, we'll just say, a baseball, telepathically, as it shoots through the air, and he's going to attack the spider that is next to the horses.
Gotta save those horses.
Oh, that's definitely going to hit. That is no problems there. Okay. That is definitely going to hit. It's going to hit hard. Oh, yeah. Because it failed its dex save. Good deal. So, you witness as, again, about baseball size rock shoo, flies straight at that spider, doing very nice 14 points of bludgeoning damage,
Wow.
going through
Hell
the
yeah.
spider's head and out the back, killing the spider.
Yes.
Yes.
So you
That
just see the
was
spider
my
about to go in for a second attack, and thud on the ground, dead.
Right. What you get for animals.
Now, Hugo is going to remain standing where he is at, and we will say, Mercer, you're up. Aaron on deck
So the spider by the horses are dead.
is dead. I just made it flat. Are you guys doing a top-down view? I can remove it off
Yeah.
the board if it's gonna make. I'll just move it off the board if it's gonna make you confused. It's dead. It's gone.
Okay. So I'm going to twin spell a fireball cantrip. A firebolt cantrip.
Firebolt. Okay. So you're gonna twin spell Firebolt. Okay.
Yes. And I'm gonna target the one by Carrick and the one by Biz. They're the closest ones to me.
Good deal. Okay. Casting twin spell. Alrighty. Casting
Okay.
Firebolt.
It's a 7 plus 7, 14.
14. Just barely hits.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Just barely hits.
Okay. Okay. And then,
And that's the one going towards Carrick?
oh, I have to roll for both.
No. I would say it's a 14. No, I'm just saying you're launching one at Carrick. I'm sorry, or not at Carrick. You're launching one at the spider at Carrick, and then one at which one?
The one by Biz.
Okay, roll your damage. I just wanted to make sure which ones I'm marking damage on.
7 on that one.
Okay, so 7 on both of them. Okay, sounds good. So that one is dead. So we have 7 damage on that one,
Ooh.
and 7 damage on this one. Good deal. Yes. Alrighty.
And I
Okay,
think
so the fire,
I'm
the
gonna
fire
walk
bolts.
forward too.
You see Mercer start to cast his firebolt cantrip as you normally see it cast, but then looking left and right, it appears to fire out of both of his hands at the same time, one left, one right, as one flies over the shoulder of Carrick, hitting the one in the one in the head, and then hitting the abdomen of the second the one south, and both are just screaming out in pain now, just rearing back. And
And then I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Kind of staring over in the direction of the one by Mist. Because I know that the horses are very important to our travel.
no doubt, you guys are in the middle of the freaking like Nowheresville. Okay, good deal. So, Mercer, ending your turn. Aaron, you're up. Mister on deck.
Okay, I'm going to attack the spider that's closest to Carrot.
Okay.
I'm gonna try chill touch again.
Okay, go for it.
It misses.
It misses.
Oh, it misses.
Oh, would you roll a natural 1?
Rolled a 2.
Oh, okay, natural 2. Okay, okay. Natural 1 could have ended badly for Carrick. Just letting you know.
So it was a 2. There's
How
a
kind of
total.
you.
Okay. All right, so you launch one and almost hit Carrick as it goes wide and hits the tree. And Carrick, you noticed that. You know that spell. You know
Sorry,
that phantasmal hand
Does
coming
he-
at it.
Isn't he a little tipsy? Little hangover?
Oh, I think he sobered up after that adrenaline hit his ass seeing a big spider. Ending your turn there, Aaron.
Yeah.
Mist, you're up. Biz on deck.
Yeah, I know I'm close by, but I already have my bow out, so I'm gonna go ahead, take my -5 penalty, and
No,
just go ahead.
it's at disadvantage as well.
Oh, disadvantage as well.
Yeah. Unless you want to turn and shoot the one next to Biz, I'm just letting you know. That one's 10 feet away, so there would be no disadvantage. But the one next to you, yes, that would be disadvantage.
No, I'll just take the one that's in front of me.
Okay, so are you still going to do sharpshooter?
Oh no, I'm not doing sharpshooter. I'm just doing regular.
Okay.
Yeah, straight roll.
Disadvantage, go for it.
All right, that's going to be what is that? +8. 17.
That'll hit.
All right, and so with that, I'm going to go ahead and use a battle maneuver. I'm going to use pushing attack.
Does
So-
pushing attack affect large creatures?
Target is large or smaller.
Okay, well then, yeah, it works.
Strength DC 14.
Natural 18.
Ooh.
Okay, that's fine. We'll still take the damage.
Yes, it will.
All right.
Give me that total damage. I know you hit hard. When you're combining those together.
It's going to be a 14 total.
14, I believe this one. Yeah, that one hasn't been touched yet, as far as damage.
No.
Okay, good deal.
No,
So-
it hasn't.
So, even with disadvantage, you take like half a step back as this spider was coming at you, and you manage to fire and catch it probably like right next to the right in the neck, like right next to one of where like its eyes would be. So that's actually a really good hit. As you see the spider start rearing back in pain, slightly, just and I'm assuming you're not going to move, so
No, but I'll
Mr.
go ahead. I'll use my bonus action for second wind.
Okay. Bonus action, second wind. Biz, you're up. Carrick on deck.
That's plus 11 HP.
Great, nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take another swing at the dude right in front of me.
Go for it. Roll higher this time.
15.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Roll that
Alrighty.
sweet damage. I know you're two-handed
Alright.
that thing.
I
don't
know,
have to ask
yes.
at this point.
Two-handed?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's the only way.
Yeah, it's
I'm
the only
going.
way you attack. I know. So you get your
Cool.
D10. D10 plus your D4 plus your strength mod.
Okay, so that is 7 plus 6 is 15, 16, 17 points
17
of
damage. Wow.
including the 2 fire damage.
That included the +1 as well, right?
Yes.
From the sword. Good. You remembered. I was testing you. All right. You said
Doing
that was-
better.
You're doing way better in combat than you were. You said that's 17.
Normally. Yeah.
Okay. With that, you see Biz run up underneath this spider and just shoo, right up into its abdomen and just eviscerate it wide open as blood is now, and just probably like the web sack and all kinds of fluid are now dripping on top of Biz. As she's like, you'd swear she was a barbarian for a moment as she's screaming in a rage because she's like, I've been missing a lot lately and I'm so glad to get my fucking hands dirty. So, yes, and that spider is now going to fall, and luckily she has the fortitude. Oh, let me step out of the way as this thing starts to fall to the ground. And this spider is dead. Very good. Very, very good. Ending your turn there, or are you going to move?
Let's see here with that one.
3 seconds. What are you doing?
Can I get on the other side of this one? Let's see here. I've got what, 25?
You have 25
um,
movement.
Can I go straight this way, or do I have to
If-
go around?
It would take...
Like
Nah,
5, 10,
Nah,
15,
because
20?
it's an extra. You're moving through the space. You're going to attempt to move through the space of an enemy. It's double movement to do that. So it's 10 feet
Oh.
per square. You would end your turn in the same spot as the spider, so no, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay, and that tree is in the way, so
I'd say you
Do I
can go
have to
underneath of
pass
it. You can
by
go
miss?
underneath
Okay.
the tree branches,
5.
like essentially.
10,
Yep.
15,
Yep.
20.
Yep.
And then can I get is that adjacent to mist? Would that be flanking?
These aren't sitting on the ground. These have tree. You can kind of stand underneath the tree. So yeah, you would be fine. Yes, that would be
Okay.
flanking.
Got it. Done.
Good job for remembering flanking. Alrighty. Now, let us see here. After Biz is Carrick. You're up.
Alrighty.
What are
I'm
we
gonna
doing?
pull out my staff because clearly magic isn't working,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna give it a thwack.
He's gonna give it a big old hit.
You've got to be kidding me. 13.
You hit it, but the spider doesn't seem to be phased. It's like bounced off. Like it sounds almost like you ever slapped like a watermelon to see if it's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounded like. Boop. That was it. You're like,
Is it fresh?
is it fresh, Carrick? Is the spider fresh? It's still alive, so I'm gonna assume it's fresh.
It's good. Okay.
That's it.
Sounds good.
Okay. You hear this hollow sound. Shit! Are you gonna move or you're gonna end your turn there?
No, I think I'm gonna stay where I am.
Alrighty. Spider's turn. Oh god. Starting with Carrick. Carrick, you are now wrapped in a spider's web.
Oh.
As you see it just whoosh and start to wrap up Carrick. Let's see here. The other spider now. Oh, they're both good rolls. Biz, as you started to walk behind it, you are wrapped in a spider's web now. So Biz and Carrick are now immobilized, wrapped into a spider's web.
They don't move during that? We don't get attacks of opportunity because they have to pick us up and
No, they didn't pick you up. They just like it's just like they spit a web at you essentially. Just think of it
Oh,
that way. So now you're
gotcha.
just wrapped up in a spider's web.
okay, so I'm grappled.
Yeah, there's no movement on their part. They don't have to move from their spot. Okay. So that was the spider's turn because there's only two of them left. Hugo will now. Let's see here. You see Hugo. Let's see. He's going to step. Maybe for dramatic effect. Okay, we're doing a lot better. Let me see if I can help with this. And you see 6 magical darts leave his hand as he casts a magic missile at 2nd level. And three are going to Carrick, 3 are going to Biz, essentially, the spiders next to you. Oh, wow, these are really good damage rolls. Okay, so the one going to Carrick takes 11 points of damage. Oh, wait, +1 per, so that's 14. 14 points. He almost rolled max damage on the 3 darts. So 14 to that one. And that one is hurt bad now. Very bad. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell did HP mark that? Oh, he's still kicking. He is still kicking. Barely. Y'all hear that spider. He's limping now. You swear he lost one of the legs. Essentially, those darts all hit. Now for the one for Biz. Y'all gotta love this D4. It is helping you guys. Max damage. Out of 6 darts, 5 of them were 4s, 1 was a 3.
Wow.
Max damage on
Is
those
that-
3 darts.
Yeah.
So that is, 12, 16, no, math wrong, 15 points of damage to
Damn.
the spider that was attacked, or that webbed up Biz. And that one, 3 of the legs get blown off, essentially, and as it falls to the ground, Mist sees this. You got anything to say to that spider before you stomp its head in?
Mist looks at it as it falls and it's like, fuck you, fuck your family, rot in fucking hell.
So he's saying this, he's just like, fuck you, fuck your family, burn in hell, every stomp as he's caving in this spider's giant cranium as that spider is now dead. That was just for extra effect. Make you feel a little bit better. Alrighty. Yeah, so Hugo's going to end that. He goes, I didn't think that would work so effectively. Mercer, you're up, buddy.
Okay, can I move through the horses? Technically, like around them? Like 5, 10,
Yeah, they're like
15?
allies. I would allow it.
Okay. So I'd go there, get a line on that spider,
Yep.
and throw another fireball. Or firebolt, sorry.
Firebolt, okay. I'm about to say, you don't know
I'm not
fireball
strong
yet.
enough to- I wish.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, so... That's a natural 20.
That's a natural.
Oh, that's a
fucked spider.
crit.
That's a crit. Do you remember how we're doing crits?
I do not.
What's the normal
My
damage?
first
What's,
one.
what's the normal damage?
10
Damage die. The normal damage die for a
for
fireball.
1d10.
1d10. Roll your d10 and add 10.
Out of 5 plus, so 15.
15 points of fire damage to the spider as it is now engulfed in flames. How does it meet its end? Describe it, man. How does it meet its end?
Okay. The fireball or the firebolt just glides along its back, just roasting it as it goes. So it's just the thing on fire as it slides down its back.
I'm
and
down with
explodes
that.
On the...
I'm down with that. So we're talking like old school, like Roadrunner, like leaving a little fire trail behind it and just like left it right down, like a little fire trail right down the middle of its back, all the way down the abdomen, everything.
That's great.
That's great. So, Carrick sees this, is probably amazed as he hasn't done shit to this spider. Maybe it's the hangover. Maybe it's Maybelline. Nobody knows. So, that spider is no more as you hear this loud screech of just pain and agony as we are now out of combat. Whew. Take a bit of a breather. Good deal.
Okay.
Alrighty. Not planning that to take so goddamn long. You guys need to learn how to hit shit. No, I'm just playing. It could have been the other way around. That could have ended it way differently if I could have hit any of you guys the first round. So.
Can I do a
wanna
strength check
immediately-
to get out of my bonds?
Oh yeah, they're restrained.
I need Carrick and Biz. Both of you give me a strength saving throw.
Oh,
could
Jesus
I could
Christ.
just go and like cut you out, but you know, okay.
Oh, could I,
I
have
figure we
Biz
at
my-
would
least give him a
not.
shot. We at least give him a shot. We'll give him a chance.
That's an 11.
That's an 11.
Yep.
He pushes and pushes, and he's still stuck.
Could I? I didn't even think about this because I forgot he was restrained. Could I have had my fire like roast over the spider and then just burn his webbing away?
No, it would have been
No.
cool, but no. Biz, what was
No.
your strength check? Or
That
strength
was
saving throw?
3, so I got a 9 total. I'm just like really tightly snuggled in there.
Both of you are just like snug as a bug in a rug. So you guys see-
somebody take his shit off, please?
cover your mouth when you say it because you're muffled because you can't. Nobody can hear you.
This sticky, like it's really help me.
Good deal. Okay, so you guys see in the middle of this forest 4 giant corpses, 2 web sacks essentially of 2 of your companions still cannot get out of these webs. What do you guys wish
I'm
to
like
do?
rolling around in it, like pushing. Like you kind of have to catch me because I'm
Struggling,
yeah.
trying to move.
Both of you just stuck to the ground, laying down prone, just trying to wriggle back and forth.
Mist will just like put his bow back over his shoulder
Mhm.
and go pull out the dagger he has,
Mhm.
and he will just very carefully begin to cut away at the webbing on.
I'm not even gonna make you roll
Biz.
damage. We'll just say it takes a little bit, but sure.
And he just kind of looks to Biz and he's like, I mean, come on. Like, if I can break out of these webs, surely you're just putting me on, right? Like, you're just letting me feel good about myself. That's what this is, right?
Totally.
Because surely you shouldn't be struggling with this.
You know, I expended a lot of energy taking down that whole spider. Just like I'm a little slick with the goo.
The
So
viscer.
you just give me a little. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'll run
Fantastic.
over to Carrick and pull out the dagger that I have
And start to cut him away.
Start to cut him. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Cut Carrick.
yeah, I didn't make Miss do it because I know he's very nimbly bimbly with that dagger. I want you to make me just roll the d20 for me. Just roll it. Just tell me what you roll.
Okay. 15.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Okay. So you slowly just work at it for a minute and yep, you end up freeing Carrick from the bonds of this sticky ichor of a web. And Carrick is now free.
That was mighty unpleasant.
I bet it didn't look fun from my angle.
You guys start to hear muffled screams. Oh, excuse me, everyone. As Hugo runs back into the tent.
I'm gonna run over to the horses, the one that was attacked.
Yeah.
And try. Is it bleeding?
It is bleeding. Those are two big puncture marks in that thing's neck.
I want to try and. Well, actually, first I want to check to see if the poison stuck, or would I even know that there was poison? For spiders,
it's a giant spider.
Yeah, I would check to see if the poison stuck, and then I'd try to
make me a medicine check
and stop the bleeding.
Make me a medicine check.
Okay.
See if you can ascertain exactly what's going on with the horse now.
God, I'm killing it today. That's a 19 plus 2, 21.
Jesus Christ, dude. Okay. Yeah, you know that the horse seems to be still standing on its feet, so you don't think there's any like permanent damage via poison to this horse. So you feel fine as far as that. And do you have any kind of medical packs, anything with you to maybe stop the bleeding?
I don't have medical packs, but I have just like pieces of stuff in my backpack.
Pieces of stuff. So you take like what, pocket lint?
He has fire.
No,
fire
I'm
to cauterize the wound.
That's not what he said though.
I'm not torching the
I don't think you have anything to stop the bleeding in a sterile way.
I have a herbalism kit.
Are you proficient with herbalism kits?
No.
Okay, then. There's not much you can really do on that front.
Well, I'm just putting pressure.
But you did, yeah, you just put pressure on it, and you did ascertain that the poison is probably not going to be a permanent, like, factor in this horse's health.
Erin's gonna cast Cure Wounds on herself.
Go for it.
So
while Mercer is trying to stop the bleeding, Erin is curing herself.
That's 11 points that I regain.
Good deal. What's everybody else doing? Carrick, what are you doing, bud?
I will see Mercer struggle with the horse.
Yep.
Walk over and...
You don't need to move on the map. We're not using the map anymore.
I'll spend one of my die to give the healing light to the horse.
Okay. Go ahead. Tell me how much it gets.
It's a solid 1.
Solid
1 point of healing.
1 point of healing to the horse. Okay, so you guys see his Carrick's hands start to glow as he lays his hands on it, and the horse feels like just a teeny bit better with that 1 extra hit point it has now. Teeny bit better.
Is it doing all right? Is it still a little hurt?
Oh, I mean, it's up and kicking. Literally, it's probably calmed down a bit after it feels a little bit better. So, but you stop the bleeding at least, Carrick. I'll give you that. Okay, you're 1 HP. You stop the bleeding, and that's why I got 1 HP. Okay, you stop the bleeding.
Good
Biz, what are you
deal.
doing?
I will. I was kind of curious about these huge spiders because she's never seen them before. So, hey, Aaron, do you think these are worth anything? Can we get some poison or some eyeballs? Because it looks like they've got a lot of eyeballs. You think since we're going to Gilkra, we probably will need to trade something. Get some things.
There is 4 corpses. 1 is charred and burnt to a crisp, though, but 3 of them are still in pretty decent shape. One of them has his guts
I
splayed out.
cut this one open, so if there's
Yeah.
anything inside, intestines, goop we needed that might be worth something.
Well, I can tell you that they're poisonous, so I can try to collect some poison from the corpses.
Do they have any fangs, or can we get some fangs out?
They do have fangs.
Okay.
So you're going to try and remove the fangs? Is that what I'm getting out of this?
No, if you want to, Erin, because she knows all woodland creatures, knows that the only way to get venom out of a spider is to essentially milk it.
Mhm.
So you would have to, like, the milking process is essentially like you put the fang inside something,
No, I
and
get
then
it. Yeah.
So, like, I have several glass jars because
I know
I
you
am
have some
herbalism
stuff that you can
kit.
try and do it with. If you would like to make a nature check
Okay.
for, I will let you try it on 3 of the spiders. One of them is just toast and burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
So I will let you make 3 nature checks, and I'll let you know how much you get from it.
Okay.
Does that destroy
'Cause
the fangs? Can I go hack them?
No, you can. This is just to milk and get the poison out. Afterwards, you're more than welcome to try and just chop off the fangs. Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is a 24 because I am proficient in nature.
I figured you were. I'm about to say, if you're not proficient, I'm not allowing this, but I'm pretty sure you were proficient. Okay.
The second one is a 16.
Okay, next.
14.
I would say you very delicately, it's kind of like taking an average here of the 3. You very delicately start to milk the poison from the fangs, and you take a few minutes, and I'd say you probably gather enough to fill, we'll say, I'll give you 2 vials. You have 2 full vials of giant spider venom, or poison, whatever you want to call it.
Venom.
Giant spider poison.
Okay.
And Biz, I know, just wants to go to town and just start chopping them up and getting the fangs off.
Enough to keep them intact, but they might still have some, like, bits on the end.
You could probably remove the fangs.
Just pull them?
Yeah.
Like a tooth?
You're pretty strong. If you just want to try and just pull them out of socket, I'll let you do 3 strength checks, and let's see how many you get. Just roll plus strength modifier.
Okay. Which should be good.
Plus 4.
Okay, yeah. So first one's a 9.
Okay.
Second one's a 13. Gosh, these are not great. Roll the same thing. No, that is a 10. So 9, 10, 13.
Out of the 6 possible fangs, you get 1.
Damn. Okay.
Because she ends up cracking all the other ones. You get 1 fang out of that.
Damn.
Cool spider fang.
Yep. So in your inventory, you can write 1 giant spider fang. As you slowly start crack. Shit. We wanted the next one. Crack. God damn it. And you end up getting 1. Hey.
I did it.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Question for the DM, actually.
It's
Could one use giant spider venom to poison the tips of arrows?
I would say yes, but it would need to be used almost immediately, as it is a metal tip, and the venom would probably just start running off and dripping off.
Okay.
If you would like to maybe figure out some way to fashion something to absorb the venom, and then like fashion that to the tip of an arrowhead.
Mm-hmm.
Are you proficient? Is anybody here proficient? Like, are you proficient with like tinkering at all?
I am.
I know somebody is. I was just asking if Aaron was. But
I
if you wanted to
don't-
make it last a little bit longer, I would say
I
you'd
don't-
have to do something like that.
Okay, so that can be something that Aaron and Biz talk about in their spare time.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else got any business to attend to?
So,
Oh, Miss.
Go ahead.
go ahead,
Oh.
Carrick.
Carrot, go.
I want to try and get some chitin pieces, maybe pad up the armor a little bit.
Get some what? I'm sorry.
Chitin pieces?
Spider
Pieces-
skin.
Yes.
You want to try and get some of the exoskeleton?
Yes.
Skin the spider. That's
Okay.
gross as fuck.
Are you proficient in nature?
No, I am not.
You can try. DC is going to be high though. You can try.
all right.
You can give me 3 rolls if you want to try for the 3. Because I'm sure Crispy over there ain't going to be no good for you. Ain't good to you.
We could have him for spider jerky.
You're more than welcome to try it.
like a
Oh,
really, like a really fuzzy.
We've already had people tea. We don't need to talk about spider jerky.
People tea.
That is now 3 sessions ago. I don't want people tea to come up ever again. We're done.
Carrick, what did we roll?
That's a 16, 14, and an 8.
Wow.
16 was really good though.
Okay. So I will say, how much were you trying to get? You said there's like little patches. Like, what were you trying to go for here? When you say patches, what were you trying to go for?
Enough that I could fashion armor out of it, or get someone to fashion armor out of it,
I'd say
or
You could-
augment some armor.
you could probably get a 1 foot square that's actually a decent malleable like space. You know what I mean? So like 12-inch by 12-inch square, roughly. We'll call it that. That's about as much as you get.
Okay.
Who knows if it can be used in the way you want, but that's about what you get.
It could be used for something.
Might be able to be used for something. There you go. So you could say 1 foot square of giant spider hide. Call it that. Or exoskeleton, wherever you want to call it. Miss, go ahead.
Well, damn. So Mist watches Aaron start milking poison out of Fangs. I was like, fuck, okay. I was going to do that. Then he goes and he sees Biz start to like snap off Fangs. He's like, fuck, I can't do anything with those. Then he goes and he sees Carrick and he's like, son of a bitch. So the only thing that he can think of is that not all of the poison should have been milked out, and that if anything, there's at least one possible poison sac somewhere in their body that he
Poison
can
sac.
try to surgically, like, kind of like very dexterously cut out of a body.
I personally don't know the inner workings of a spider, but I would know there would be some kind of, we'll just say there's probably some kind of sac that is definitely attached via some kind of vein to the fangs. As Biz has already ripped out these, I will let you just give me one investigation check, and let's see where this goes. One investigation check.
18.
I will allow you to have one spider venom sac. How much is in there? Don't know.
Who knows?
But you figure this looks kind of grimy as you kind of go in there and pull out this probably golf ball size sack that was at the end of the one of the little mandibles of that's like now just oozing just blood and ichor out of it. And you see it kind of just dangling there. Looks like maybe even an eyeball hanging out of a socket kind of thing, just kind of dangling there by a vein, and you just pluck it out. Maybe useful. And you wrap it up in something and in your inventory. So you have one giant spider venom sac.
All right.
Once Biz
Seeing
gets
all-
done, oh sorry, just pulling out the fangs, she's
Huh?
just gonna go over and pet the horses and try and make them feel better and happy.
Okay, you can give me an animal handling check because they're still kind of freaked out. Go ahead, Mercer.
Seeing everyone get done what it looks like, or working on all that stuff, I would go into the tent where Hugo went just to check on that because there was mumbling and stuff.
Okay, so you start making your way over to the tent. What's that animal handling check?
8. God.
An
can't-
8.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're not happy.
Kicks you.
You start to
No.
approach the horse from the back, and you try to reach up and touch it as the horse is still a little distraught. You take 2 bludgeoning damage as it kicks you square in the chest and launches you about 10 feet back.
I didn't take any damage from the spiders, but I took damage from the horse that
Yep.
I like.
Sorry.
Ah.
I rolled a natural 18 to hit your armor class. I didn't even check anything else. Yeah.
Poor baby. Okay.
So it was just out of fear, and it was only 2 bludgeoning damage, unfortunately. So as
we'll be friends later.
yeah, there you go. So they're still kind of freaked out a little bit. As Mercer starts to approach the tent, right before you get there, Hugo comes back out with Tornellus in hand, so to speak, kind of dragging him out by the rope,
Slung
like, with
over
a
his
rope.
shoulder.
Kind of
or
like
no?
yeah, slung over his shoulder. No, kind of like his hands are tied behind his back, still has a gag on, but his
Mhm.
legs are free, so he can move.
Oh, dang.
But
I was
he's
hoping he was dragging him across the ground
just dragging him.
through all the spider guts. and just
And you see the Lord, or former Lord, you see Dane Tornellus, gagged, eyes just wide. He knew he heard combat. He heard some kind of noises, was not sure what was going on, and is visibly almost like he looks like he wants to vomit. If you've ever seen a green-skinned elf, you just probably have, because he looked pretty green there for a moment. Like he really wanted to vomit.
does Aaron see that?
Sure.
Him
I'd
looking
say
green?
that. Oh yeah. He's looking pretty green right now. Like he wants to vomit.
Can she go over there and try to make him vomit by pointing out all the things that are on the ground?
What do you say to him?
I don't know. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, give me something, or otherwise it ain't happening. Give me something.
No, she just thinks about it, but she doesn't want to do it.
Oh, come on! I was interested now.
Fine. She's not creeped out by spiders at all because
Okay, we
she's-
can do this one of 2 ways. I'll let you know. You can either tell me in great detail how you want to make him sick, or just roll me a performance check.
Oh no, I'm gonna pick up a handful of the spider guts
Ooh.
and I'm gonna walk over to him and go, look, this was inside the spider, and like move my hand around so it gets all squishy and gross and
Ew. Alrighty. With that, you actually see. And he seems like he's holding it back, but you can actually see his gag start changing a bit of a yellowish color
Ooh.
as it starts to drip down the side from underneath the gag. And that actually visibly, just the smell now of his own vomit, now stuck underneath his nose, makes him wants to vomit even more. And he just falls to his knees, and you just hear just gag gurgles.
Oh.
As he slowly fills his own gag with vomit as it starts to drip down his chin, down on his nice clothes, as that was very well done. Wow. Okay. He reeks of vomit now. And you guys got to sit in the cart with him. Just remember that.
Great job, Aaron. Why don't you go get some flowers to help with that? Can we just go try and
Oh, Jiminy
Yeah.
Christmas.
That's
oh,
great.
that was lovely.
Okay.
Hearing
go ahead, Mercer.
Biz say that, I'll cast not just on him but on everyone. Press the dis. I still can't say that word.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on there.
I'll get there eventually. That's my homework for the week. I'll practice that 20 times a day.
Prestidigitation. Leviosa, not
But
Leviosa.
I'll cast that on everyone just to kind of clean them up and remove the odor.
Fair enough. So you cast Prestidigitation on Tornellus and go around one by one and start to clean everybody up a bit, and that gets rid of the smell do you get rid of the vomit that's on him, or just
No,
the
I'm
smell?
just dealing with the smell.
Oh,
Just the
awesome. My man Mercer. Good deal. So he's still stained,
Whatever.
but you just got rid of the smell.
smell.
Good deal. Okay, so now we'll just say it's all turned crusty and hard and everything, and it's just like future tense vomit on him. He's not so happy about it, but at least the smell is gone, as he can look down and see the front of his shirt. This very, very nice, elegant silk shirt is now just ruined with his own yellow vomit.
You'll ever laugh so hard that your head starts to hurt?
No, but I might find out. So,
Everyone else I clean up, but just his is the odor.
Good deal. With that, Hugo recommends, I've had enough exciting morning. Let's say we pack everything up and eat our breakfast on the go, as I really do not wish to stick around much longer.
Yeah, sounds great. Let's go.
Okay, so he starts to approach the horses just to check on everything, and the horses know him very well, so just the sight of him kind of calms them down a bit. And he goes over and takes out some bandages and patches up one of the horses as the rest of you start to break down camp, and the tents, everything gets loaded back into the cart. Everybody, what would be the seating arrangement as Hugo starts to help Lord Tornellus, or former Lord, sorry, into the back of the cart and places him back in his same spot, and then lashes him to the back of the cart so he can no longer move, as he's now lashed his feet as well, and he hops out of the cart. So what is the seating arrangement in the cart once again?
I'd like to sit up front again. Maybe drive it for a bit.
Okay, so you want to sit up front with Hugo? Okay, Carrick,
It's a covered wagon.
It is a covered wagon, yes.
Can Aaron sit, is it a hard covered wagon, or is it just like
No, it's a canvas. It's like a canvas kind of thing. We're talking like Oregon Trail type covered wagon.
She wanted to sit on top, but I don't think that's going to work.
It's a pretty tight canvas. You're not a heavy girl. You could definitely do that. The elves are pretty light. So it's like, I would allow it. I would allow it.
Okay. I want to sit on
I'd
top
say
of
the only two in here could probably do it is you and Biz.
Okay.
Okay, so you actually want to sit on top.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, yeah, no dysentery here. So, I'm looking at the chat. So, you hop on the top of it, kind of keep a little bird's eye view going on. Carrick, where you want to sit?
I want to sit to one side of Lord Tornellus.
Okay, Mist, where you sitting?
Directly across from him, eyes locked.
Okay. Same song on repeat. Got it. And Biz, where would you like to sit?
I'll sit next to Mist.
Good deal. Okay, so Hugo and Mercer are sitting outside, and Hugo hops in there and offers you the reins. Mr. Mesa?
I take him, and before I start, I pull out his pearl and I hand that back to him.
I wanted to see. Okay, so you guys do a little even trade. Pearl for reins. Appreciate it, good sir. Thank you for keeping your word. And he puts his
Hate
pearl.
to forget, I have that huge caps in the middle of my notes.
he put it in the in his little his inventory, his little satchel, off to the side. Shall we then?
Okay, and then I start going, and I look for a bump on the road and just hit one bump, seeing that Aaron's on top right in the beginning. Just purposely go for one bump.
Very nice. Okay, so you find this one bump, and Aaron is kind of, oh, this is nice. As she bounces up and down, and you actually hear a slight as Aaron's foot slightly rips the top of the canvas. Now there's about like a 3-inch gash as her heel went through the top of the canvas. Just a bit.
Nice, Mercer.
I can't see the road very well. There's horses.
How about
There's horses in the way.
How about when you're not driving, you sit under the rip, and I'm just gonna pray real hard that there's rain.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so you guys start making your way. as you didn't really notice yesterday as it was starting to get dark. You start making your way out of the foliage, the trees. You see the road as you were only about 50, 60 feet away from the road. He hits his bump. It rips. You start to look, Aaron, now, because you're up way higher. You can actually see off in the distance the tops of mountains, mountain caps, as you feel you might be approaching the Gilcra mountain range.
Wow, this is exciting.
And Mercer, you could probably see this as well, being outside and driving, and Hugo probably points it out to you. Hey, look at that. A few more hours, we'll be out of this.
That's good.
That's
the
good.
forest.
Alrighty. So it is a
Well,
nice,
it's exciting.
bright, cloudless, sunny morning. Temperature is slowly starting to rise. Not very hot, as it is about, I guess, probably springtime. And you guys get on your merry way, and we are going to take our break there. This sounds like a good spot to take a break. So
Yeah.
we will be back in about 10 minutes or so, everybody. Stay tuned for more. Let me see this. We'll be right back. And we're back. There we go. Good deal. So, when we left off, everybody was in the cart heading west towards. Oh no. Carrick, we lost your video feed.
Hold on.
While you're getting that situated, I can still hear you. That's good. Okay, so we are heading west now. As you guys are going, I would say Aaron, after everything that's going on, Aaron and Mercer, you could both give me perception checks as you're kind of keeping a lookout of what's going on around you, and we can start with that. And I will make one for Hugo.
That's a
Okay,
17.
it's an unnatural 20.
Very good. So a 17 and a 20. Okay, so you guys are very perceptive. Good to know. Alrighty. So, with that being said, you guys are once again traveling west towards the mountains. The trees, once again, is a very monotonous route. Trees all start looking the same very shortly into this ride. Same color green leaves, same color bark brown. The pollen gets to Mercer as he has to lean to this one side and give a sneeze. I saw that. So,
Did I not mute myself in time?
no, I saw it. That's what I said. I saw it and I
Oh.
heard it. So, Hugo looks to you, Mercer, about 20 minutes in, as he's letting you drive. He's very relaxed right now, kind of leaning back. He's, oh, this is actually very nice. Just kind of relaxing a bit. So, Mr. Mercer, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Yes.
I've noticed you are definitely one with the arcane arts, I should say. How did you come about your powers, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, it's a good question. I would love to know the answer to that too. I just kind of came to me one day. I can just do stuff.
You don't know how you attained your powers?
No, it's one of the things that I'm hoping to find out in my journey. Don't quite know where I got them from completely, so definitely want to figure that out. It's just weird. Like one day you wake up and this stuff's in my head and I know how to do it.
Interesting. I've never heard of such a case. Myself, I read a lot, and I mean a lot of books. It took years of practice to get to where I am. And you just wake up one day and you have these powers.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, if studying will make it better, I would gladly do that. And I kind of like, do I need two hands to hold the rein?
No, they're kind of doing their thing. You can kind of put one in one, like both reins in
Okay,
one hand.
so I like pull out the book that I found, and I was like, yeah, I was trying to do that because I'm more interested in learning about as much as I can about magic because I don't know where mine comes from. So I wanted to see what else I could do, and I kind of just show him the book and say that I was trying to learn how to do that stuff too.
He takes the book from you and starts reading through it a bit. And as there's only like really 2 pages kind of filled out in it,
Mm,
so you just to begin in when it comes to the ritual casting.
yes, yep. Just getting started on it.
Very good. It's always good to learn. It's always good to learn. He closes the book, hands it back to you. Well, I have to admit, I'm a bit jealous of you. Wish I could just wake up one day and have my own powers. But I'm hoping one day soon you find out the answers you're looking for. I truly do. I truly hope your entire party, if they're all questioning anything. I hope you all find your own answers. Maybe you'll find them in Gilkra. Who knows?
Maybe.
Gilkra's very
Never been to
big.
Gilkra before.
I was just about to ask, you've never been to Gilkra?
Nope.
Oh.
It'll be my first time. I rode a ship overseas. What's the name of it? Landed in Warwick
Ah, so you
and
landed in the
then
south.
headed to Broomshire.
Ah, very nice. Okay. Well, I hope the Uveshian Empire treats you well. I really do. With that, I know we just woke up, but I think I might take a bit of a snooze myself as we have a long journey ahead. I'll just close my eyes for a wink. Is everyone good in the back?
I'm
As
good.
You four audibly obviously hear this.
Yeah, I'm fine. If Aaron, you wanna pop down in here at our next stop, maybe we can talk about what you got from the spiders and what we can do with it.
That sounds nice.
Okay.
Very good. So a little bit more time passes. Again, very boring ride. But as Aaron and Mercer notice, and Hugo, those mountains are slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. As about an hour and a half, you would assume, probably, maybe possibly even 2 hours into your ride, you three notice what looks like the end of the woods. As you slowly start to make your way out of the Wadewick Forest. And Hugo now notices this and says, well, I do love the forest and the wood, but damn if I'm not happy to be out of these woods. Who knows what kind of manner of other creatures may or may not have been in there. I feel we probably will be a bit safer as the road ahead just goes through and pretty open terrain through the valley in the Gilkra Mountains. Mr. Mercer, do you want to take a rest? I don't mind taking over for a bit. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'll be like, will do. Well, I don't really feel like I need that much rest, but you can gladly take over. I'll enjoy the scenery a bit.
Easy enough. So you hand him the reins. And probably only about another half hour or so, you start to come to the base of the Gilkra Mountains. As the plains and the grasses slowly start to fade to more dirt, more brown, as they still green at the bottom of the mountains, but everything starts to turn very muddy browns and reds and the oranges, as you can start to see also the snow-capped mountain peaks as well start being a little bit closer and a bit closer as you travel. The dirt road starts to get a little bit rougher as there's probably a little more rocks traveling through here. So Hugo slows the horses down just a bit, just a little bit. So this is going to slow your progress just a little bit. Just says that he probably doesn't want to damage the cart going too fast over the bigger bumps, the bigger rocks that are probably...
I don't know if it's possible
What?
with prestidigitation.
Try again.
Digitation.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Bam. You got it.
It's within 10 feet, and I can kind of like clean objects. Could I like?
That's literally cleaning them. You're just gonna make the rocks shinier.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be able to like smooth over the bumps and stuff.
No, that'd be more like move earth kind of thing and that kind of stuff. So I'd probably have to say no.
I was just checking.
That's okay. It's good to ask. Is anything going on in the back of the cart? As
During all of this, could I have taken like a short rest?
a short rest?
Yeah. While like we're all like just doing nothing and going by trees.
I'd say you could relax a bit. I would say normally a short rest is sitting still, no movement, about an hour. I would allow a
This
short
is, like,
rest. Hold
not-
on. I would allow a short rest for like double the normal time for a short rest. So 2 hours would be minimum for a short rest. As you guys have just kind of been sitting back there relaxing, I would say yes. You can have everybody in the back could have a short rest.
Awesome.
So if you wish to
yeah.
use hit dice, Biz, we just lost your camera feed.
I just lost your camera feed. I will.
Just a heads up.
Reload.
If you want to refresh real quick.
It's odd. Yours froze and then.
Hmm.
Odd. Anyway.
Let me know if I'm still
Technology is
frozen.
wonderful.
Good.
Good. Everybody looks good to me. Am I frozen? Is everybody good?
We're good.
You're good.
Yeah, Biz
Alright.
isn't doing much. Just kind of hanging out.
Because Tornellis is now he's awake now, just kind of just looking at everybody, scanning. He looks to you, Biz, squints his eyes at you in a very stern manner, as you can't see his mouth still covered in a vomit-soaked gag. But there's no smell to it, thanks to a prestidigitation spell. But he's looking at you with very stern eyes. Like, definitely doesn't trust you. Doesn't trust any of you, but he's like just staring daggers at you right now.
Can I look and see that maybe Miss and Carrick didn't sleep well? Can I insight? I have a passive insight of 14.
I would say. Go ahead, you roll me an insight check.
Okay, just kind of like she kind of just wants a temperature check on how everybody's doing today. Jeez Louise, I can't roll above a 10 today.
What'd you get?
Let's see here. Insight. I am proficient. That's an 8. With proficiency.
Don't really think anything of it. Just maybe they didn't sleep too well. I mean, Mist was sleeping in a tree,
Yeah.
so can't really ascertain anything else other than that. It's like must have just had a bit of a rough sleep. And I mean, Carrick, he was a pirate. He likes his drink. So maybe he just has a little bit of a hangover and didn't sleep too well, or just stayed up a little too long drinking. Other than that, nothing else seems out of the ordinary. What's going on in your head there, Mist? It looks like you want to say something.
Mist catches because like his eyes are just on Dane.
Of course.
He sees him look at Biz.
Oh yeah, for like a
And
good solid
stu-
30 seconds of just daggers at her.
So without saying anything, and he doesn't pull out any weaponry, he just walks right the fuck up to Dane,
Mhm.
looks him square in the eyes,
Now
and just rears
locks eyes
back
with you.
and just headbutts him in the fucking nose, and then goes and sits back down.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm not even gonna make an attack. No attack rolls necessary. Okay. So you not a lot of room to stand. It's more like kind of like kneeling.
Crouch.
So it looks kind of funky a little bit. You gotta crouch over to him, and you get face to face with him, and he just locks eyes with you. Like, can't really hear too well, but it's. What are you gonna do, kitty cat?
And yeah.
And then the
So
headbutt
Miss
ensues.
Yeah, yeah.
Then the headbutt ensues,
then
and
he
you
just-
hear a loud crack as you see a little bit of blood start to soak into the rags. And he just looks up at you, eyes watering a bit.
Mist just looks at him and is like, not fucking really. But the only one that can be an asshole to any of these people is me. So knock it the fuck off. And he just walks back and sits and locks his eyes back with him again.
Good deal. Good deal. So he just sits there and just clears his nostrils. His blood just splatters all like just little speckles all over the place. Carrick, you probably end up getting probably a couple little drops on your legs, just on your pants a little bit.
It's all right. It's not the first, not the last.
Fair enough. So now, yeah, he's back to looking at you, Miss. Now, just head down, stare, lets out a loud sigh, slouches down a bit, just leans his head back, closes his eyes, and goes back to whatever the fuck's going through his head.
And Mist will just, as he before he leans back, he's like,
Mhm.
"Fucking remember this. I am the only reason why you're gonna make it to Gilcra alive.
It's true.
There's at least
I would
2,
kill you.
3 people that will kill you where you stand. So if you want to see Gilcra, play by the fucking rules."
You can start to hear a little bit of sound coming from him in a muffled voice, obviously, due to the gag. Well, I don't even know where to start with you, kitty cat. It's a wonder. It is a wonder your kind is even allowed to walk free.
Biz just stands up and just has the sword just like right, like not close to him, but she just has it like right here.
Mhm.
And is just gonna be careful with your words. I would be very careful.
What are you gonna do, little one?
And I knock
He's
him
like-
out with the hilt of my blade.
Oh, you hit him upside the head?
Yeah, with the blunt end, so
Right.
it's not gonna. But yeah.
Okay,
He's out of
you
his hand.
actually, though.
Roll for damage.
No, just roll me a d4. Tell me what you get. Roll me a d4. Just tell me the number.
Oh, that's not a D4. Lord of mercy. A D8. Okay. 3.
Good enough. So, as he's starting to rise back up, I don't know why I'm covering my mouth. As he's starting to rise back up, sorry, I was in character a bit. Starts to rise back up, and he looks at you as you're speaking to him, and bop, and you hit him, and you audibly hear the thud of his head bounce off the back of the carriage, and his head slouches to the side a little bit as you feel you've probably knocked him unconscious. So probably he won't be talking for a while. He's probably going to wake up with a very bad headache. As you actually see a bruise start to form and just a teeniest bit of just the speckles of blood start to form. Right there. Right above the eye.
And Biz is just highly satisfied. She's just gonna kind of find her spot next to Mist and just kind of lean back and take a little rest.
Good deal.
Mist just kind of cocks his head to the side and looks to Dane and looks to Biz and looks to Dane and smirks. He's like, "Fair play to you."
This pebble's got some stones. So, with that, if nobody else has anything else to bring up,
I would like to just
go ahead.
maybe for a couple hours of the journey, it doesn't have to be a long span. I want to internally try and talk to that voice in my head.
Okay.
The voice that contacted me last night.
Okay, so you're
Not out loud, just internally.
in like a meditative state in your own mind. What do you say?
Is there anyone there? Zerbo, can you hear me? Did you attack my crew?
Roll me a religion check.
7.
Nothing. Don't hear anything.
I'm gonna keep the same track going for
Okay.
an
When,
hour or
just out of
2.
curiosity, when did you start doing that? 'Cause I know you've been pretty quiet. When would you say you actually started to do that? You've been traveling for a few hours now. When would you say you started? Just now? Like when that was going on?
I would probably have started a little before the confrontation with Tornellus,
Okay.
watched that happen, and then started back in earnest after it.
Good enough. Okay. So if you feel like you want to try that again, just bring it up.
Cool.
Okay. So we'll say another hour or so passes. The cart starts to slow down as Hugo looks to you, Mercer, and says, "I think it's time to give them a bit of a break. What do you say?"
Works for me. They'll probably want to stretch their legs slightly.
He looks to you. They've been walking. Why would they want to stretch their legs?
I didn't hear you say horses. I thought he meant the people in the back.
Oh,
Sorry.
miscommunication. Sorry. Yeah, they probably want to stretch their legs. So you start to feel the horses slow as the cart slows and starts to pull off to the side. He pulls up against probably about just 10 feet off the road a bit, and about 20 feet to your right is probably a cliff face that's just slowly moving upwards like that at 90 degrees straight up. It's looking at it, you probably feel it's about 50 feet to some kind of plateau as it just slowly just works its way up the sides of the mountain. As you look to your Aaron kind of turns and looks as you can no longer see the forest, as you are definitely inside of the mountain pass heading on the road to Gilcra. So he announces to everyone, "We'll take a bit of a breather here if y'all would like to stretch your legs." And he hops down and heads to the back of the cart and asks Miss Biz for some water for the horses, if you'd like to hand that to him.
Yes, I would love to.
Of course you would. Would you like to feed them, Miss Biz?
Oh, yes, please. I
So-
think I have some making up to do. One of them.
There you go. As he kind of feels that you probably have a soft spot for ponies and horses in general.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you two head to the front and start feeding them and everything. You give me an animal handling check. What's anybody else doing? Are you three getting out? What did you get?
21.
Oh, 21. Okay, yeah, they're calming down pretty good, and they're enjoying these oats and this water that you were giving them.
And the ear scratches. I have to tiptoe.
Little scritches behind the ears. Carrick, and Mist, you two are in the back still. What are you two doing?
I'll probably get out and stretch my legs a little bit.
Okay. Mist, what are we doing?
Surprisingly, being social. And we'll get out and join the rest of the group.
Alrighty, good deal. Aaron, what are you doing?
Aaron's gonna gingerly try to get down off of the top of the cart without trying to avoid the rip that
Mhm.
she did not take credit for. She blamed Mercer entirely.
Give me an acrobatics check. This is either gonna be really cool or really
19.
Hey, look at you. So you go to the opposite side of the cart and whee, just slide down and poop, land on your feet.
Excellent.
Perfect landing.
10.
Everybody see me?
No.
Dang it. So I look left, I look right. What?
Nobody saw
Nobody.
that. No,
Shantia saw you.
Yeah, Shantia saw you. Just if that makes you feel better.
Oh,
Shantia,
yeah, you're like.
there you go.
That
Shantia
makes
saw
me feel
you.
better.
There you
Yes,
go.
especially since I don't want to not be in the forest because the forest is my favorite.
This is true. This is true. So, you guys take a bit of a breather. Anybody wish to do anything? Is there anything specific anybody would like to do? As you look around, you see just path in the direction you're heading? The path the way you came? On either side of you is you're in a valley, so you're probably in at this point, 100 feet wide total, probably from cliff face to cliff face, and that's about it. Just rocks as far as the eye can see. Not.
Plants?
Go ahead.
No plants anywhere.
You can give me a perception check. See if you can see
Okay.
any kind of vegetation.
That is a 25.
Oh, damn, look at you. Okay. Let's see. You actually do see one tiny plant sticking up out of a cliff face about 15 feet up. And I say cliff face because it's a sheer cliff face. It goes up, and then about 15 feet in the air, you see one tiny root sticking out with, it's only probably about a foot long, I'd say, total, about a foot long of a branch sticking out, maybe even a root of something. And you see two little leaves sticking out of it. And as you really look at it, the leaves are in the shape of stars. You'd say, like almost perfect stars, like 5-point stars.
What this
And they
plant
are
is.
a very like camouflage color. You almost missed it. Like they're almost as red as the rock around, like a reddish orange, like a vermilion almost.
Know what they are.
Do you know what they are? You can give me a nature check, and I'll tell you if you know or not.
22.
What is it?
22.
Look at you. Okay, Miss Druid. Okay, so you look at these, and you're like, I feel like I've read about this plant somewhere. And it clicks. And you're like, I think, is that... And you look around to see if anybody's around, and nobody's really around yet. It's like, you could hear Mist maybe crawling out the back right about now. You could probably see Mist. And you look over to Mist now, and you're like, you're so excited because you see a rare plant that doesn't really like pop up very often. You're like, Mist, Mist! And you look over, and you point up to the plant, and you yell out, do you know what that is? Obviously, Mist would probably say no. That's a granite star. And which is kind of odd, as it's not the color of granite at all.
But it's growing out of rock.
It is. And you know what this is for. You can use this to brew some kind of potion that'll remove a stone curse from somebody. So if anybody who's petrified, you could essentially take these leaves and make some kind of potion of it if you can get up there and get them. With a few other ingredients, but that's the key ingredient to remove a stone curse from somebody.
Okay. So Mist and I,
Poison
Mist
people.
is around me, right?
Oh yeah. He visually sees you now.
Okay.
Chris just straight shakes his head like, fuck, why?
Aaron is gonna run up to Mist and point at the tree stars because I call them tree stars in my mind.
Was you little foot?
Stop it! No, you
Go
want to
ahead.
talk about not crying?
Go ahead.
Stop
Go ahead.
that.
Go ahead. Move on. Go ahead.
I'm gonna point at the leaves and go, Miss, can you jump up there and get those for me?
Jump?
Well-
Fucking Christ. Like, you want me to jump 15, 20 feet in the air? I can probably climb that. In fact, I've climbed worse.
There aren't any like footholds. I didn't know.
Mist just kind of like flexes his hand and his claws pop out, and he's like, I have these. So-
Can you please get me those leaves?
Yes. Yes, I can climb up there and get you these fucking leaves. Yeah.
So Mist starts to approach the cliff face. They're about, like you said, 15, 20 feet in the air. You can give me an acrobatics check
21.
with ease. You look around for a moment, give it a little jump, and like two like clawfuls of dirt and rock come up, and do you pull the whole root or just like pluck the leaves?
I would say that if I could use my dagger, I would like
Yeah, you only have
keep
one free
myself
hand.
like one. All right, then no, I'll just like very carefully, like at the tip of the leaf,
Mhm.
instead of pulling out the root,
Mhm.
just like pluck the two flowers that are there.
Okay.
And then just kind of turn my back to the wall,
Mhm.
keeping them like lightly pressed in the one free hand,
Mhm.
and using my other hand to kind of help my slide going back down.
Fair
So
enough.
like digging my heels in and then using my hand to kind of like give me balance, and then
Right.
like shimmying down.
Okay, so fair enough. You slide back down a bit and kind of claw your way back down a little bit, one hand at a time, or just like one at a time. Easy enough. No rolls and no acrobatic checks. So you slide back down the cliff face and back on your feet, back on terra firma.
I'll dust myself off and go walk over to Aaron and be like, "There you go." And just hand them to her and go dust myself off again and make sure I don't have any like dirt or rock and kind of check myself out.
Nah, you're cleaned up enough.
Okay, I'm gonna put him in my pouch, and then I'm gonna run up behind Mist and hug him.
Sneak attack. Roll
Yes.
for damage. No, I'm just playing.
Oh no!
I'm kidding. So sneak hug.
Mist just stops where he's walking. You're welcome.
Oh.
And yeah.
Can Biz do a check for what looks like loose rocks or anything that she sees that might be kind of dangerous? We proceed further, if there'd be like a rock slide or anything dangerous.
You being the rock gnome you are, sure, I'll allow it. You give me a perception check with advantage.
Would that be perception or survival?
Uh,
Because I
It's
have
his-
proficiency in one of those.
yeah,
It's history. You know the history of the rock.
I would go, okay. I get what you're saying. Go ahead and do survival. I know you
Okay.
you're proficient in that. I would, yeah. I'll allow a survival check. Go ahead. You
I
have advantage.
I looked it up and it says avoid quicksand or other natural hazards.
Yep.
So
Survival is a better choice. I would agree. Okay, so you can have advantage on it with you being a little rock gnome you are and being proficient with survival.
Okay. Oh wait. Oh well, that's a D12. I don't know why I'm rolling that. I got a 12 though. I literally rolled 2 nat ones in a row.
Wow.
So with my proficiency bonus in survival, those are 5.
Still an out
5.
one. Still an out one.
2.
Oh my god.
Son of a
Okay.
bitch, just said, come over.
She causes the rock slide checking.
Yeah, you. So, you start to look around, and like, okay, I know you. Let's see if is there any hazards going on, and you look behind you. You look in front of you. Then you decide to look up, and just as you're looking up, you feel as something hits you in the eye, literally in the right eye, as a bird has now shat in your eye.
Oh,
Just
God.
just random
No.
bird out of nowhere has literally shat in your eye. Can't see where the bird came from or where it was going, but you now have bird shit on your face.
Did
I'm
anybody
gonna
else?
just like let's walk over to Mercer, be like, can you?
Mercer sees it now.
Can you? I got. Just don't say anything. Just do the thing from her face, please. God.
Do the thing.
Yeah, the thing that you do. You
I-
know.
I take a second to try and memorize that. Just the look.
So my
Before I
hand
do it.
just was like wiping it. I'm just gonna just lean my hand closer to help jog his memory. You know that thing that you can do.
That's great. What's the
I mean,
name of
I-
the thing that you
I'll-
can do?
I mean, my hand's just gonna keep going until it happens, unless it touches you, and then I'm just gonna wipe it on your face.
I'm gonna do it before you do that. It's the prestidigitation.
Close enough.
Yay!
There you go. Prestidigitation. Okay, he cleans you up. Cast this. You see his hands wave, and you're all cleaned up, nice and purty again.
And then before she walks away, I cast it again because it says I can make an illusionary image that can fit in my hand, and I just make a little image of her with the bird poop on my hand and just show it to her.
Well played. Well played. Very well played. Alrighty, so he shows you this image. It's like a little mini me of you, about 6 inches tall, of you with bird shit on your face.
Thank you. I hope this brings you joy. Get back to your duties. Get back to your duties. God damn it! And
She
then I
said
just turn
duty.
away and run.
She said duty. Yes, we're very immature here. So, with that, anybody else wish to do anything? Anything specifically?
No.
Okay.
If
We'll
Aaron
say-
doesn't want, I can.
I'm
Can I
just
tinker
looking to
while
make
we
sure that
ride?
we're alone, just each
If
other.
you two, if you want to try and do the thing, I know what you're trying to get to. You can go talk to Aaron. This would be the
Okay.
time to do it. You're kind of killing time right now.
Real quick, can I
Oh,
kind
go
of
ahead.
do an investigation?
On.
What? Trying to see if there might be any makeshift holes in the side of the cave, seeing as how this would probably be a pretty good place for thieves and spies to.
That would be a perception.
through.
That would be a
Perception?
perception. That would be a perception. Okay, you can give me a perception on that.
Can I assist on that? Give him advantage?
Sure.
I just wanted to kind of glance out and just look both ways down the road, see if there's anybody.
What we got?
So it's me a 19.
Okay. You look around, and as you kind of tell Carrick, "Hey, what do you think? This kind of out in the open here." And Carrick nods, and both of you kind of do your little or perception. And you look around and don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. So you feel, at least for now, feel pretty safe. Don't really see anything like any makeshift holes dug into the sides of the mountains where anything could pop out. Nothing like that.
All right, cool.
And I'm sorry, Mercer, what were you trying to do?
I'm just looking both ways down the road, just to check, make sure that we're the only people, or look for anybody or anything.
Okay, so you're actually physically are looking for any living creatures.
Basically,
Okay, you can give me a perception as well.
sorry, that was an 18.
18. Okay. So you looking to the front, looking to the back, looking around. Are we alone here? You look up to the sky. You think to yourself, what is that? As you look to the sky and you see, you don't know what it is. You don't know if it's far away and it's big, or is it close and small? But you see something flying in the air that looks like some sort of bird, you would think. And you see it just kind of circling off in the distance. Can't really tell, again, can't really tell range as far as it with the 18. But you see it's circling a bit, maybe doing like a figure 8 pattern as it starts to, and it's like ahead of you, like the direction you're going is what I should say. In the direction you're going, you see it like doing like a figure 8 pattern, and then it kind of like goes behind a mountaintop. Don't really see anything else out of the ordinary. Other than that, didn't see any other living creatures. Anybody else got anything else? Oh, that's
Could I
right. Biz.
infer that?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mercer. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, can I infer that that was the bird that had a fun time with Biz, or
Could be.
did I see that bird?
Could be. It very well may have been. Biz, you wanted to do something?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna go over to Aaron and hey, you looks like you got some venom from the spiders. Were you planning on doing anything particular with that?
Well, it would be a great advantage if we could somehow weaponize the poison, the venom. I don't know how we could do that, but it'd be cool.
Well, I was thinking, it'd be probably pretty cool for a ranged attack. I mean, I could dip my blade in it, but that's gonna take a minute, and the vials are small, and it just is a mess. But like, if we could have some like some tipped arrows, that like were maybe like, either really really sharp pointy wood, or maybe had some holes on the side, or something like that, where it could soak it up, and then it could just sit in there, and then be in, you know what I'm saying? I could just like fix it. I got some tools in my bag.
I was about to say, Biz, do you have Tinkerer's tools?
I do. It comes with my background.
Okay, I figured you did. Make me a Tinkerer's check, and I'll tell you what happens.
Okay. So are we getting on the road? Can I do that while
you guys are killing at least a half hour or so. So you guys got a little bit of time left. Like I said, let the horses have. What'd you get?
There's a 2. So with my God fucking my proficiency with that is let's see here. Wait, what is that? Tinkering tools. Where am I?
I would say it's just Dex mod plus proficiency. We'll just go with that. So 2 plus 2, so plus 4.
Yeah, so 6.
Okay, so before you grab the vials, you just start to think to yourself, and we'll say you asked Mist for one of his arrows just to look at it. Okay, just to kind of like give it a little once over. And you start to analyze it, and you can't really, like, you start like pulling out like maybe like bits of string and everything, and it just doesn't quite click yet. So we'll just say like your first prototype is like a failure. We'll say that it doesn't quite click yet. You have to think on it a little bit more. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out, like, if I have like just like a piece of paper and some like
charcoal
and just kind of
sketch
a little bit.
Start sketching out drawings. Yep. Okay. We'll go with that.
I'll spend my time.
There you go. So with that, does anybody else have anything else before we're gonna move on? Okay then. Hugo suggests now it has been about a half hour, 45 minutes. Horses had a decent little rest. Shall we get back on the road then? Mr. Mercer, you up front with me again?
Unless anyone else would like to sit up front.
I do.
Mist wants to sit up front. Okay. So Mist approaches you, Mercer. Mist approaches you, Mercer, and says, like, tag out kind of thing, taps you on the shoulder, is like, I got this, buddy. And well, Mr. Mist, this is a surprise, I must admit. He looks up to you, very, very tall, much taller than him. Alrighty then. Care to drive, or just kind of relaxing out in the sun?
If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and drive.
Not a problem. He hops up, and he kind of talks to you for a moment. He goes, "This is gonna be nice and easy. Give him a little flick. We're going straight. The only option you really have, unless you want to turn around, which is not an option." So
then I guess forward it is. And Mist will give a little quick wrap of the reins and start heading off.
Off you go. Where's everybody sitting in the back now? Everybody's the same, but Mercer, I guess.
I'll take up the position that Mist was in.
Okay.
Across from Tornillis.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'll be
Well,
kind of
since
at
we already talked about, since Biz and I already talked about making a prototype, and she's thinking of ideas, I want to get back on top of the wagon.
Okay. So back in the same spot you were at, and Biz is in the back.
Watch out for birds.
Watch out for birds. Watch out for birds.
Yes.
They're
Oh, I
shitting.
think I saw one of those. It's really far away though.
Or Mercer, where are you sitting
Oh,
at?
I want to sit right at the back, just so that I can kind of peer out the back through a flap or something.
So you kind of like let your
Or is it a
like
door?
legs dangle off the back a little bit, just kind of sitting like in the cart, like halfway, out the cart halfway, just kind of like sitting on the tailgate of a truck kind of thing.
Yeah,
Fair
but
enough.
before that,
That's easy enough.
since she said birds are pooping on people, I'll be like, oh, that's right, and I'll do my little prestidigitation again and of her and show that to Carrick and Aaron, since Miss is already up front.
Good enough.
You see that one in the corner who's not awake anymore?
Yeah, he's still out. You look over it. Dane is still out cold, or at least appears so.
Just remember.
I immediately change it from the bird poop on her to giving her the prettiest flower crown that I can think of in my head.
Flattery will get you everywhere, Mercer.
There you go. Good deal.
And I'm gonna sit in my usual spot, next to whoever is staring dead on with Tornalis.
Fair enough. Yeah, Carrick is sitting where Mist was.
Yep.
So you're sitting next to Carrick, and
Yep.
Mercer's sitting out the back.
Yeah.
And Aaron is on top of the wagon while Mist is driving the cart. And very nice. So you, Mist, driving the cart. Flick, horses go. Back on the road. It's a bit bumpy. How familiar would you say Mist is with horses in general? Just out of curiosity.
A fair amount. I mean, he's ridden them when he's needed to in order to like possibly get out of places.
This isn't a difficult thing. I was just kind of curious. Okay, so simple enough. You guys travel for about another hour or so. I'll say, Carrick, have you been staring at, like, picking up the reins of Mist, or are you kind of doing your meditative thing again?
Half and half. And like an hour in, I want to just make sure that Tornalis is okay.
Oh,
I see that
he looks like he's out cold still.
But he's not deceased.
You see his chest moving. He's breathing.
All right. But yeah,
You can give me another one. You can give me another religion check.
all right. That's a natural 20.
There we go. What do you say?
More of the same. Are you there? Talk to me.
More of the same. Are you there? Talk to me. Give me specifics.
Say his name.
What specifically do you say?
Say my name.
Say my name, bitch. No, I'm sorry. What
Mr.
specifically
Magic
do you say?
Daddy.
Mr. Magic Daddy, please talk to me. What do you say? What are you asking?
Are you there, God? It's me, Carrick.
Zerbo, I don't know really how this works, but there are things we need to talk about. If you really did set up some sort of test and harmed my crew, that's gonna cause problems for me.
As you are in your own head, I should say, a bit of a meditative state. Kind of hard to go full meditation as you are being jostled around a bit, bouncing in the cart a bit, but with that natural 20, you seem to find your center, if you want to call it that. And as you ask your questions, you do start to feels something.
Gabriel. Gabriel. I know you
I'm
can hear me.
listening.
I know you can hear me. What exactly do you need? Ask of me one question.
Did you charm and harm my crew? Did you make them go crazy?
One question. The question will be, did I harm your crew? Your answer, no. I know of which you speak. That part of the trial was not me. I also am curious as to what came over the crew. I have yet to find the answers myself. Maybe one day we can both learn the truth. But know this, I only set the ship on the rocks.
Fair enough.
And that's what you get out of it. You good?
Yeah.
Answer your
Do I
question?
see-
All
do I
right then.
see him screw up his face and like concentrate a lot, or is he just kind of like sleeping and I'm working away, or how's that? Do I see any of that?
No, you're kind of in your own mind right now, Biz. Kind of just
Yeah.
writing on your paper. Oh,
Got it.
lost your video, Biz.
Gosh dang it! Sorry, we got thunderstorms.
It's all good. Just refresh. So no, you wouldn't notice Carrick going into anything other than Carrick being Carrick.
Yeah.
And who else would be in the back? That would just be Mercer. That's it.
Who's got his back?
I thought Aaron was in the back.
No, Aaron's on top.
Because-
Aaron's on top of the cardigan. So,
Yeah,
as
so
I
I'm
said-
just in the back looking out.
So yeah, nobody would have noticed anything. Dane being out cold, you being in your own world, nobody would have noticed Carrick in like this little bit of a meditative state. Anybody else wish to bring up anything before we move on a bit? All right. So, you guys travel for about another 2 hours, I would say. Mercer, you can give me a perception check. Aaron as well. And Mist. And I will make one for...
That's a nat 20. For me.
I got a nat 20. So Hugo got a nat 20. You got
Thank
a nat 20.
fucking God.
Oh wait, no. Biz, you're in the cart, Biz. You wouldn't be would
No, I know. No, I was looking at Mist's face and it looked like a nat 20, but
Oh.
it's-
Oh,
he's-
nat 1.
Nat one.
Oh,
He's
nat
like-
1.
I don't know. I don't see
Ooh.
shit.
He doesn't
With
see
the
shit.
nat 1.
You almost fell asleep
worry.
driving the freaking cart.
Yeah,
22.
I got a nat 1 too.
Wow. 22, Aaron.
Yup.
Okay. Well, Hugo got a nat 20. So with a nat 20 and then you're 22, these two jokers, one's looking out the back, one's looking directly in front. Okay, so Hugo, we'll start with that. We'll start
Mist
with
is taking a
Miss little escapade. Miss starts deviating off the road as he's feeling a bit bored probably, or just lackadaisical, and just starts to veer off the road a bit. Cart starts to
I was
bump
taking a
around.
shortcut.
Miss is trying to go to shortcut directly through the solid rock face that you see. And he's like, maybe it's an illusion. So he starts to veer off to the right, and Hugo kind of grabs the reins from you and yanks it out of your hand. He goes, are you all right, Mr. Mist?
There seemed to be a shortcut painted on the rock. I was going through that.
This is a freaking Wile E. Coyote cartoon. So with Mercer with his nat 1. You're just sitting there like twiddling your thumbs and gets a little sidetracked. Just like, oh, I'm supposed to be looking out for anything following us.
Started thinking about the cool things that I can do with my magic now that I realize I can make mini people in my hand.
This is true. So you're sitting there playing, just like making up your party in like fun little gestures like that. It's like you have Aaron casting spells, you have Miss shooting his bow. It's like, oh, this is really cool. It's like instant replay of everything I've ever seen. So, Aaron, you said you got a 22? Okay. You looking around, enjoying the view, what little view you have, it's really just like sky in like a very linear pattern, mountaintops. You look behind. Nothing out of the ordinary. You look to the front, once again, nothing out of the ordinary. You look up and to the left a bit, and you see something off in the distance. With your 22, you can kind of see range now a bit. If you had to guess, it's like, is that close and small or far and big? As you see this flying type creature, some kind of bird, you think, doing a figure 8 pattern a bit, and it goes back behind a mountaintop off in the distance on the left. Hugo also sees this with the nat 20. Everyone, as he announces this, I think we should make haste. As he now starts to like giddy up a bit. Because something doesn't seem right. I've never seen that type of creature before. As he's pointing it out, and Mist, you now see it as well. As he's just pointing it out, you just see it for maybe like 2 seconds as it goes back behind the mountain cap. Not quite sure what it was, but it was very big, and if you had to guess, it was big and far away, not close and small.
Oh.
And it was very, very, like, the silhouette was very black, very dark, so you couldn't quite see exactly what it was. But Hugo instantly got this danger sense, again, the nat 20. That doesn't look good. We need to go a little bit faster to get out of this valley. So with that, he picks up the pace a bit, and you guys travel for about another hour or so, and the horses are visibly getting probably a little bit more tired now, as they're not going full gallop, but they're going pretty fast. As the cart's being a little janky around a little bit, I'm actually gonna make an animal handling check. Okay. A couple rocks. He starts to dodge and starts dodging potholes. Miss Aaron, are you still on top of the cart?
Yes, sir.
It might be best if you come down.
Okay. Can I
this,
like?
This might be a bit of a bumpy ride.
Okay. So
You
what
want
are
to
my?
slide down the front where Mist and him are, and it'll be kind of a tight squeeze, or you can slide around the back where Mercer is. Those are really your only two options.
It's a tight squeeze.
Tight squeeze sitting up front. It's really only made for 2 people.
You can sit on my lap.
Hot damn,
Okay.
Scooter.
Aaron's gonna slide down the front
Mhm.
and like squish Mist against the side.
Good deal. So you're sitting on this little bench now as Hugo kind of looks up, and he's, being the halfling he is, he doesn't take up a lot of space, so he kind of scooches off to the left a little bit. So you're now kind of like, are you wedged in the middle, or are you sitting to Mrs. Right?
No, I'm in the middle.
Okay, so Aaron is now in the middle. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but again, being the halfling doesn't take up a lot of room, and you being the elf, you don't take up a lot of room yourself, and Mist isn't necessarily a big person either, so still tight squeeze, but you'll be okay. So you 3 are now riding on the front of the cart. And again, the pace continues a bit as again, you notice the horses are starting to lose a bit of speed now as they're probably getting a bit tired. Ah, damn it all. Damn it all. This isn't
What?
good.
Why
This
are
isn't
you?
good.
What
need
is it?
We need to find a place to hide. I do not trust these skies at the moment.
What was that thing that you saw? What?
I don't know. God, look, the gods help us. It's not what I think it is. We need to hide.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna start looking for a
Every
place for us to hide.
Mist, Aaron, and Hugo are all going to make perception checks to see if they can find maybe some kind of
That's
cave.
an 11.
Okay, 11.
21.
Ooh, 21. Hugo got the same, 21. Okay, so Hugo and Mist, you both spot probably about a quarter mile up the road. You see a cliff face that has a bit of an overhang, maybe from an old river that has just carved out the rock face a bit, and it probably hangs over about a good 20 feet. So you think it's probably a good spot to rest. At least it's in the shade a bit too. Not that it's super hot, but at least it's a shady spot. So it'd probably be best to maybe like go there. Can't really see any caves per se. So you both kind of point it out, and you start heading up the road a bit, and start veering a little bit off to your left and going into the cliff face a little bit as it like kind of opens up wide and gets a little bit closed and a little bit up wide. And as the part starts to close in, that's when you saw that place off to your left. So you kind of, or Hugo kind of steers the cart in there, and everybody kind of takes a breather for a moment as the horses are just visibly, audibly tired. Miss Bizray? Miss Bizray,
Yes.
can you bring the horses some water, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Miss Aaron, Mr. Mist.
Yes.
How much do you know of the mountains of this region?
How much does Erin know, being the researcher that she is?
Are you proficient in history? Are either of you proficient in history?
I'm not. I
yes.
think she should be.
I am.
You can make me a history check then, Aaron.
15.
15. Let us go. We'll go with this. Hugo, looks to you and says, I'm sure you've probably heard of the different types of creatures that inhabit these mountains in this region. As you saw, the giant spiders in the woods. There's a plethora of different things that live in the mountains. Things that crawl, things that hide, things that fly. And unfortunately, God's help us, I hope it's not what I think it is. He says this out loud, but like not super loud, as he's kind of like, he's scared. You see him start to visibly shake a bit, and you know when Hugo starts to is a bit worried or scared, his stutter starts to come back out as he starts to say, Mr. Mist and Miss Aaron, I truly, truly hope that is not Omas. And with your 15 history check, you probably actually would have, in passing, heard the name, like maybe through some books, but didn't pay any mind to it. So you probably wouldn't know the name. You've heard it, or at least read it, but didn't really know what it was speaking of.
Would Biz, now that she's got water for the horses, be within earshot? Would she hear this?
Good enough. Yes, I would say yes. You probably heard him say Omas.
Do you want me to make a history check?
Are you proficient?
I'm not.
Then no.
Okay.
Actually, because you're the rock gnome and because of where you're from, yes, you can actually, I will allow it. Yes,
Okay.
I will actually allow that because yes, I would actually allow it. This might pertain to you.
Okay, that's a nat 19 with a plus 21.
Okay, you hear the word Omas and drop the water. for the horses. You drop it. It spills everywhere. It spills everywhere. About a gallon or two of water is just now like in the dirt. And Aaron and Mist visibly see Biz shaking as she turns to look, and Hugo looks to you. Miss Bizray, are you okay?
It can't be. We will. We'll run. We'll hide.
You've heard the name Omas?
I'm.
You would have heard the name Omas before,
Mm-hmm.
and you would also know that is the legendary and ancient black dragon that supposedly may or may not be inhabiting one of the tallest mountains in Gilkra, or in the Gilkra mountain range. So you would know that. Do you wish to verbally tell everybody that?
Yeah. I'll just say it's rumor. I can't say with certainty. But if it is the ancient black dragon of the Gilkra Mountains that they've spoken of.
Aaron and Mist, you hear her say this, black dragon.
No.
We need to get the horses. We need to get the horses ready, and we need to go or find shelter.
This, unfortunately, seems to be the best course of action, is to hide here for the moment. And hopefully it does not appear again. I would suggest we wait here for at least an hour. At least. At least an hour. Does everyone agree?
Do you think it saw us, Hugo?
That I do not know, Miss Bizray. I am terribly
It's a
sorry.
fucking dragon. I think it fucking saw us.
If it saw us, Mr. Mist, it may have already swooped down upon us. I do not think it saw us. As if it is Omas, then he probably would have swept down and easily plucked us up. But from the distance, and judging by the size of, well, from what I've read, that ancient dragons are massive in scale, he was very far away, as he only seemed that big in the distance. So I think we will be okay, but let's at least let the sun cast a shadow upon this valley to help hide our presence. That may be at least 3 hours from now, judging by the sun. We will see, but I suggest we wait at least an hour.
Agreed.
Does everybody kind of agree to that plan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Mercer and Carrick, you two would not have heard this conversation. He's like been whispering this, but these three have heard this. Miss Bizray, please, let me go fetch the water, as you seem visibly shaken by this.
Thank you.
So he hops down. He goes in the back and tells Mercer, or asks Mercer now, could you grab us some more water, please? There's been a situation. And he hops into the cart now and tells both of you what is going on. He tells you everything about what he thinks is going on, so you two are in the know now.
Okay.
So he grabs the water, hops out, goes to take care of the horses. Anybody wish to do anything over this hour, at this first hour of waiting?
Aaron will pray for protection from Shantia.
You go to pray to Shantia
Mm-hmm.
for protection from this possible
Yeah,
evil?
from possible evil.
Okay, you can make me a religion check.
This wouldn't count as a short rest, would it?
It could if it goes on longer than an hour.
Okay.
But it could be a short rest. If you're gonna sit here for just the hour and not do anything else, I would allow a short rest. Like you're not
That-
gonna no perception checks, no investigations, no tinkering. If you're gonna sit there for an hour, then yes, you can have a short rest.
That was an 18.
A 19?
18.
Oh, 18. Okay. Good to know.
Would any animal handling help the horses be faster, or would
They're
that
just visibly
calm
they're
them?
exhausted. They just need a rest, essentially.
Yeah,
They just need to chill for a little while.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna
You're just gonna rest?
rest and gain some hit points.
You're gonna roll one of your hit dice?
Yeah.
Alright, so you spend a hit die. Does anybody else want to do anything for this hour?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll
What are we doing, Carrick?
tap my cap, send out, get the little bird to come out.
Yep.
And I'm going to send it to do a fly around just to be inconspicuous. And I'm going to pull a Caleb for anybody who likes Critical Role. And
Good deal. Okay.
use him to do a little perception.
What's your range on your birdie friend?
I do not know.
I'll just wing it.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a perception check for your birdie friend.
You're gonna wing it, but
Wasn't gonna say it. We've got.
I
too
didn't
many
pick up on
on
it. Good
purpose.
catch. I didn't pick up on that. That was good.
That's a 4.
4. You just pulled your inner Frumpkin and Caleb. That was very good. Shout out Critical Role. So the bird, your little birdie friend. What kind of bird was it again? I forgot. Remind me.
Tiny sandpeoper.
That's right. Oh, little peeper.
Cutest little bird.
So it's just doing its thing, staying about, we'll say like 50, 60 feet in the air, just kind of looking around and nothing but rocks and snowy mountaintops as far as the eye can see.
No other flying creatures in the vicinity.
Not that it can see. Not that it
Awesome.
notices, at least. Anybody else doing anything for this hour? If you don't want to
Mist.
do anything, you can take a short rest.
Mist is just like pressed up in the darkest part of that overhang.
Yeah.
And he's not like Carrick where he's like demanding answers, but he's just kind of like having this monologue in his head.
Okay.
And he doesn't even know if like Lara's like listening or in tune with him. He's just like, "Are you fucking serious? A fucking dragon. Like this is where you fucking guide me to a fucking goddamn ancient fucking dragon. This is the end game. Right. Oh, we have so much eyes on you and we have faith in you. And we're about to get swallowed by a fucking dragon. Yeah. Way to fucking go, guys." And he's just like
Talking to himself, but kind of directing this towards Lara.
Yeah.
I
and
got you.
he's just like actually like if Aaron's looking at him, Aaron would see like he's kind of slightly animated, but also a bit shaken because he's dealt with shit before, but not fucking dragons.
Right. Would you like to really direct this to her? I'll allow a religion check if you'd like to try.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
19.
Good to know. Okay. So you feel a little less stressed out as you've kind of gotten that off your chest a little bit. Just, and I mean like a little bit. We're talking like maybe 1%. So, Mercer, are you doing anything or are you taking a short rest as well?
I'm not taking a short rest. I don't really need it. I'm just keeping a lookout.
So
Yeah.
you want to be on lookout right now? You could give me a perception
for
check.
as best as I
Give me
can.
a perception check for this first hour. We'll just say this is your watch. Give me a perception.
That's a 6.
6. Good to know. About an hour passes. Biz, you can heal up a little bit with one of your hit dice. I know you didn't have that much damage to you.
No.
So again, hour passes. Roll a perception check now as Hugo, being the halfling he is going to we're going with a stealth check real quick. He's going to visibly move out of the shadows just a bit to kind of peek in the direction. Good to know. Perception check. Good to know. Oh, natural 20 again on a perception check for Hugo. His stealth check was shit. I'll admit that. But his natural 20 perception. So, you see, Aaron, you kind of like look over as you have the highest passive perception, I believe. And you just kind of notice.
At a 16.
Yeah. You kind of notice Hugo back against the wall. Peek out. He looks over to you. Visibly
Okay.
see a bead of sweat coming down his forehead and drip from the end of his nose. It's still there. It's still there. He's visibly just shaking at this point. And you guys don't hear anything for a little while. A few moments pass. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Well, I hope
Dad?
you guys are going to be on point.
You guys got your daddy and mommies. Now I get mine.
Oh.
Well played, maybe. What do you guys think?
Man.
What do you guys think?
A black dragon? Really?
At level 4. Come on.
You don't
We
know.
got this.
You just heard it. At least that's what you think you heard.
Was that a roar or was that actual draconic? Because I do speak that.
That was definitely a roar of some sort
Okay.
from something, and it echoed throughout the valley. Alrighty. Well, good game, guys. I hope everybody in the stream enjoyed that. I really
Have you
do.
know that Ruby is very upset. She's been very upset since the first bird. So,
Who was upset? I'm sorry.
Ruby.
Oh,
Oh, baby.
I'm
She-
sorry, puppers.
Oh.
I'm
Seriously.
sorry, puppers.
And is like, like a dragon, like a dragon.
Oh. Alrighty. Well, we'll see what happens next week. Episode
Or
7.
tomorrow.
Or she says or tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Are we doing that
Oh,
again? Are we
I am free. In case anybody wants
Oh
to know.
God.
I have
We'll talk it
nothing
over
to-
stream.
No,
We'll
but
talk it
free.
over. There might be something that happens tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. If not, we'll see you next Friday. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.